Elgin 100 Years Ago is a presentation of the Elgin History Museum. Be sure to visit the museum located at 360 Park Street in Elgin, open Wednesday through Saturdays 11 to 4. You can also listen to Elgin 100 Years Ago at www.elginhistory.com.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast.
Brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
Dangerously cold wind chills from late Thursday night through Friday morning. This afternoon, scattered snow showers after 5 p.m. with mostly cloudy skies and a high near 28, temperatures falling to around 26. Tonight, patchy blowing snow and scattered snow showers with a low around 12. It feels like 2. Currently, it is 27 and partly cloudy. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
You can swirl it, you can sip it, but the best way is to share it. Hey y'all, I'm Deanna, a team member at my local Chick-fil-A. And a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and new frosted sodas and floats is how well they go together. You get that bold flavor of the Coke mixed with the smooth deliciousness of the vanilla ice cream. You have a juicy filet and a smooth, creamy float. It's an awesome pairing.
Order a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and a new frosted soda and float at your local Chick-fil-A restaurant.
The Live Like Roo Foundation is a 501c3 charitable organization that assists owners and their pets through a cancer diagnosis by providing financial and emotional support. In memory of a dog named Roo, the foundation helps local shelters and rescuers by sponsoring animals with cancer who do not yet have a forever home. Live Like Roo is a beacon of light during a dark time. For support for your pet or to donate or volunteer, please go to livelikeRoo.org. Again, livelikeRoo.org.
Ever tried balancing a dozen eggs in one hand while hopping on one foot? Or maybe juggling cats while riding a unicycle? Sounds ridiculous, right? But guess what? That's exactly what texting while driving is like. Your human brain only has the capacity to focus on one thing at a time. So when you're behind the wheel, give driving your undivided attention.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. From the Chicagoland to lands afar. With Derrick Geyer, your sports czar. The game's the place from field to rink. Hot debates, fast takes, no time to blink. The Windy City roar, the fans ignite. Your circus of sports under radio light. Big time sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome in to another edition of Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. And joining me in studio today, it is Bob Mariner. How you doing, Bob?
I'm doing all right, Derrick. How are you doing today, sir?
Well, you know, it is Hump Day! So I am doing fan-frickin-tastic. You know, this is the first time that we've seen each other since last week and since the Chicago Bears got eliminated from the playoffs. So how you feeling about that?
I was really dreading this show. This is my my least favorite time to do any type of sports commentary is after the Bears season ends. I'd like for it to just be over. Just let me move on. NASCAR's coming up. Baseball's coming up. For those of you like F1, I guess that's coming up too. Yeah, but it's how am I feeling about it? I know you're asking everybody yesterday, what are your thoughts? on the season as a whole, because I know everybody wants to talk about the last game. I don't want to talk about that. Season as a whole, great. I think for having Ben Johnson come in, having Caleb Williams essentially get a second chance at, having a team to build, I think it went well. I was screaming my head off at the beginning of the season about not throwing in all these amazing rookies that the Bears ended up getting. But, you got to take yourself back and see the bigger picture on things. And the way Ben Johnson was doing things is you're not coming in, you're changing things in one season. This guy sees the bigger picture. There's a reason we weren't seeing like Burden and Loveland and everything get so many plays in the first half of the season. Then you started to see him show up big later when it mattered. This is like Ben Johnson's an architect, man. He's building something great. I don't even say expect anything next season. I say 4 years.
You say 4 years? Well, obviously that's what you said, but I mean, okay, so why in estimation, in your opinion, would it take 4 years?
There's people who are going to have career-ending injuries. There are people who are going to have problems with other people on their team, which I think was a problem seasons previous.
Oh, yeah.
And there were some people we got rid of who just, there was a point in time when we had like everybody wanted to be number one. That might be a little problem with DJ Moore as well. Someone being number one and a little disenfranchised that it was, oh, you gotta share with everybody. Did you forget it was a team sport?
Mike,
you want your Madden cover?
Be.
Just give them a Madden cover and then call it quits. Leave. All right.
Yeah, sure. And we'll take that jinx of it too going forward.
But yeah, I mean, my thoughts on the season: great season. Moving forward, in 4 years, cool.
So you're moved on. You've healed. The season is what the season was.
I healed before that game was over.
Okay.
You heard me on last week's show. I was just like, I'm a Bears fan. I expect disappointment before I expect joy. Okay? And they delivered what I expected. Was not surprised. I was surprised by Caleb running back to the 40, 45
yeah,
yard
something
line.
like that.
I'm like, only the Bears will start at the 15, and then we're like, whoa, before I throw this, let me just go all the way back here. That I was surprised by. But yeah,
it was a hell of a throw, though.
That was our problem the entire season, was the little greatness, just a little too late.
Yeah, this is true. And it also, and I talked about this yesterday and probably the day before that as well. Take the points. You're in the playoffs. Take the points.
That's not the way football's played anymore.
Oh, I know that.
But that's your sneak attack?
And it's, well, I mean, just for the simple fact of the way that the games had ended and the 6 come from behind victories, 7 including the playoffs, and the fact that, well, you're going up against supposedly one of the highest offensive teams in the NFL, in the Los Angeles Rams. So, and you lost by what? A field goal? And you had a chance to actually take the field goal, a couple of them, and I don't have a crystal ball. I can't look into the future. I don't have the, wherewithal. I don't have, Doctor Strange's time stone to go back or go into the future where, I'm able to see all of the outcomes. But if I did, or maybe if Ben Johnson did, then he might have kicked the field goals and, but you have absolutely, and I have absolutely no idea of how everything is going to come down with that. So, yeah.
Well, also, Hampton OB, they had their post-game show, and they're like three turnovers. That's a bridge a little bit too far to cross.
Yeah, didn't necessarily have an issue with the first one, considering that was a throw punt, intercepted, within the 10-yard line.
You got two out of the tree that you can.
And then, the most memorable one was on the last offensive play for the Chicago Bears, where
Lord,
whether or not DJ Moore flattened out or he didn't go hard enough, he didn't expect the ball to be tossed to him, or however. But
I think that's something only he'll ever know.
Yeah. And, Caleb Williams, being a great teammate, more or less said, yeah, that was a communication breakdown. And whether or not he's taken the onus, he's taken the bullets or whatever for DJ Moore, that remains to be seen, because DJ Moore thus far still hasn't talked to reporters, about that final play, about the game.
Guess who else he won't be talking to? Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams, Roma Dunze, Luther Burner. I don't think he won't be talking to Dennis Allen. I don't think. Ryan Poles. I don't think he'll be talking to him either. I think he's he gone.
He gone. Well, according to Ben Johnson in the snippet of the press conference that I heard, and the reporters asking Ben Johnson about DJ Moore, the fact that he skirted around the issue, to say the least, and coming up after our little break here on Big Top Sports, WRMN 1410, get into it, play that, and, well, he basically said, and I'm paraphrasing, summation, whatever, to where, well, you need to talk to DJ Moore about that, because they did have the exit interviews Monday, and I'm sure that was a topic of discussion, but yet Ben Johnson is leaving it on DJ Moore as far as that goes. And hey, if you want to get any of your Bears thoughts off here on Big Top Sports, please feel free to call in at 847-931-1410. That is 847-931-1410. You could also check us out on youtube.com at WRMN Radio. There are a few commenters on there. Yes, we will be talking NASCAR. Yes, and 2030 is a ways away. So, that's your 4 seasons. But we will also be doing a new segment here on today's show. At the top of the 5 o'clock hour, we are going to be doing Weird and Wacky Sports Wednesday.
Oh, boy.
So, I
got one. I got one.
In doing so, I've come across shovel racing or shovel sledding racing, toe wrestling. So there seems to be a lot of different weird sports out there. So, which will work perfectly on this wacky, weird Hump Day Wednesday.
Hump Day.
Here on WRMN 1410 AM Big Top Sports. I'm Derrick Geyer. He's Bob Mariner. We will be back in a few.
As veterans, we're no strangers to helping others.
It's what we were taught, trained, and told to do.
It could be for anything. Helping a friend move.
Listening to a fellow veteran for hours, at any hour of the day.
Or just simply making time for people. A neighbor, a loved one, or even a stranger.
We're often the first to help others. There's no question about it.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
Perhaps it's time to do for yourself what you would do for others.
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy plates, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
In the middle of the night, everything will be all right if you listen to Coast right here on WRMN, 7 days a week from midnight to 5 a.m. Each night on Coast to Coast, listeners are captivated by George Noory with discussions on news and current events, conspiracy theories, UFOs, life after death, and all things curious and unexplained. Coast to Coast, every night, midnight to 5 a.m. right here on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Finding a reputable business shouldn't require luck or chance. But how can you tell who you can trust? Pro tip, the BBB connects people with businesses they can trust. So think of the BBB as the better, check with the BBB first, because better businesses are honest and commit to high ethical standards bureau. That's why they're better. Always look for the sign of a better business and find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Kids today live in a world full of social pressure, bullying, and substance abuse. LEAD has a solution. LEAD connects law enforcement agencies with schools to deliver tested, proven, and effective anti-drugs and violence training to kids. Learn more about LEAD, Law Enforcement Against Drugs and Violence, and our work to create safer, healthier communities at leadrugs.org or on social media at We Are LEAD. Sponsored by LEAD, Inc.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. And here's that Ben Johnson post-season press conference here.
For us this year. With that being said, I'll go ahead and open it up.
And circling back to Sunday really quick, the last offensive snap, you guys ran the interception. What was your review of that play through Caleb's lens, through DJ's lens?
Yeah, I have not studied the tape a whole lot. My last 2 days have been focused solely on our players. We've had about 20 hours of exit interviews. It's all about our players. I'll go back, I'll review that tape. Here's what I'll say just off the cuff about that particular play. If there was any sort of miscommunication, that's my problem. That's no one else's but mine. So I got to do a better job coaching that up.
Philosophically, what do you guys like about getting the ball second?
Okay, that was Ben Johnson in the press conference reflecting on the season. That you could see that through ChicagoBears.com. And that right there, he's going to take it on himself. Ben Johnson.
Yeah, that was all tone right there. He's like,
keeping the peace.
You worry about you. I'll worry about me. You don't need it. That's my problem. You worry about you, okay? And that's, I don't know, it was a very Chicago answer of him.
And kind of a little bit different considering the fact that it is the end of the season, because after the end of every single game or every press conference after the game, he's usually like, you know what, I didn't see the play. I need to rewatch the play. I need to go over the play in order to get an answer about that play. And in this one, I get that, there's the exit interviews and everything. Yet, it seems very much, as you were saying, a Chicago non-answer to the question at hand. Because he, in that...
What, were you really, you going to give him the business in his first season coaching the... I think he did pretty damn good. And, yeah, nobody should question him otherwise. I go...
Yeah, and if he's taking the onus on like whether or not the play was run correctly or not, or there was the miscommunication between Caleb Williams and or Ben Johnson and or DJ Moore there, then, well.
Let's ask AI to come up with a video of what Eberflus's answer would have been. Yeah. And then you go ahead and tell me, oh, I don't like this. I don't like what he said. Yeah, no, he's fine. He's fine, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, it's you know what? He owned up to it.
It's fine. It's all fine. We're all fine.
And yeah.
Chicago Bears fans, we're fine.
No, don't worry. I saw you, Michael Scott, 1778. So far away, 2030. Hey, guess what? Hey, Johnson will still be there, 2030. And guess what? Caleb will be there. He'll be older. He'll be seasoned. Guess who else will be there? Burden, a nun guy, and Loveland. I think now is the beginning of building a core team. And Chicago's, our championships come from core teams, okay? It's been a minute since we had that. This is the beginning. You start like this, it's only greatness can come.
Oh, I completely and totally agree. And if you want to be a part of this conversation, please call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. Or if you want to give us crap on our YouTube page, go ahead. Yeah, it's youtube.com at WRMN Radio, YouTube at WRMN Radio. And we've got a phone call. Hello, caller. What's your name and what you calling about? Hello.
Hello, caller.
You spent all this time on hold. Going once. Dead air. Going twice. And I need to do this. Bye-bye.
You swore on air. You said crap.
Yeah, I also say frack, and I also say smurf, and I also say frickin' frackin' firecracker.
Oh, Lord. Oh.
Yeah, it's good radio, right?
Hi.
Oh, but with that being said, I mean, yeah, Ben Johnson, there's going to be a lot of tough decisions made and going into the offseason. And I wholeheartedly believe that, well, you finally got the man that's going to team up with the man, and that's Ryan Poles, to make
he is
those,
the man. Yeah.
Make those difficult decisions to whether or not to bring back one or two of your safeties, because right now in the secondary, there's 8 or 9 that are missing.
How about you grow some balls like Carly Ursay? All right, there you go.
Huh?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm just saying. It was like, just be a bulldog. I ain't saying she did anything special, but she had a presence with the Colts.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now I know who you're talking about. Yeah, she didn't, she grew what she needed apparently, but she went out and hired the football powers that be, because she's the owner and she hired the football operations. So, I mean, yeah, because right now, as of yesterday when I was looking at it, there's 27, 28 players that are either free agents or going to be free agents. And, do you want them to come back?
That's up for them.
Oh, absolutely.
Decide.
That's
Okay.
up for them to decide. That's for us to talk about.
That's not on management. That is, you show up. You show you want to be on that team. You show that you're worthy of being on the Chicago Bears. There you go. Hey, it's like everything else in life. It's got to be earned, dude. All right. Showing up's half the battle, but you also gotta put in a little bit, right?
Well, and after this season, and after Ben Johnson's first one under his belt as the head coach of the Chicago Bears, I'm pretty sure he's got an understanding of who he wants around, whether it be the coaches or whether it be certain players, or whether or not this player fits a certain scheme or not, or, and then, talking with Dennis Allen on the defensive side of things to see whether or not, or what jives with him. If Ben Johnson's on the fence about a defensive player, that's the conversation that the trio need to have. They need to get together and have a little menage a trois convo to where they are all in lockstep going forward and then figuring out what they need to do.
I'd almost like to keep it separate. I mean, that's just my personal point of view. Let Dennis do the D. Let Ben take care of the O. And, yeah.
Well, and the reason why I say
you got chocolate in my peanut butter. You got peanut butter in my chocolate. It somehow works.
Yeah, well, there's also the fact that, when Ben Johnson is giving out the game balls at the end of the victories and rah-rah in the locker room, he's, given Montez Sweat a game ball from that Packers game. He may not have showed.
He deserved it.
He may not have showed up on the stat sheet, but he was there wreaking havoc, if you will. So, I mean, that is why I'm saying there's a little bit of confab going on between the three of them. So that's all I'm saying.
And thanks for calling in, caller. We hope to catch you next time.
Yeah, it was very, very insightful. You are currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer, in studio, Bob Mariner. And at the end of the bottom of the hour break, we're going to go and dive into a little bit of Hall of Fame baseball players.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Governor J.B. Pritzker held a roundtable in Chicago Tuesday on how federal actions are affecting Illinois. Pritzker said higher tariffs hit manufacturers and farmers hardest. President Trump responded, saying Democrats caused the affordability crisis and his administration is fixing it. Jury selection is complete in the trial of a man accused of placing a bounty on a U.S. Border Patrol commander. Juan Espinoza Martinez is charged with soliciting the murder of Gregory Bavino. Opening statements begin this morning in federal court in Chicago. The Illinois House is back in session with debates focused on taxes, the SAFETY Act, and foreign policy. Republicans have introduced a bill to amend the SAFETY Act, while Democrats are proposing changes to a law dealing with Israel boycotts. GOP lawmakers are also warning of potential new tax increases. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
With Progressive Snapshot, you could save on auto insurance rates by driving safely, which is nice because you can just keep doing you. So keep on using that broken phone charger because it occasionally works. Keep quoting something you heard on a podcast as your own. Keep ignoring your sister's texts while you drive and after. And when baggage claim says, have a great trip, keep on saying, you too. And keep driving safely. And you could save with Snapshot from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-234-0316. 800-234-0316. That's 800-234-0316.
Building a house is hard, but have you tried removing one? Flood Brothers takes the mess out of demolition. With fast roll-off dumpster delivery, reliable debris pickup, and a family-owned team that takes service personally. Call 630-261-0400 or visit floodbrothersdisposal.com. Flood Brothers Disposal, proud sponsor of America's First Responders Fest.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. Dangerously cold wind chills from late Thursday night through Friday morning. This afternoon, scattered snow showers after 5 p.m. with mostly cloudy skies and a high near 28. Tonight, patchy blowing snow and scattered snow showers with a low around 12. It feels like 2. Currently, it is 26 with mainly clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. Big Top Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland. Football frenzy and hoops so high. Baseball swinging as seasons fly. Hockey blades cutting swift and true. Sports carousel spinning just for you. Big Top Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome back into this home day edition of Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. And joining me in studio, it is also Bob Mariner.
Howdy, folks.
And if you want to be a part of this sporting conversation, please feel free to call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. Or join us on the tube of views at WRMN Radio. That's youtube.com at WRMN Radio. And if you have a chance to check out the WRMN Facebook page, you will see Susie C's question of the day for the WRMN Morning Show, which you could also hear them every Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. And the Susie C question of the day is, what was your favorite cereal growing up? Your favorite cereal growing up. What was your favorite cereal, Bob?
Honey Smacks.
Honey Smacks.
I love that frog. That frog they added the sponsor. You got that red baseball cap.
Was that a sponsor of NASCAR? Is that why you liked it?
No, I don't. No. Actually, it's if you're talking NASCAR sponsors, I'd say you'd be talking Terry Labonte. The Kellogg's.
The Kellogg's, the Rooster.
Kellogg's, Cornflakes, Rooster, yellow, red, and green.
The cock.
Number 5.
Doodle-doo.
That is
on the hood of the.
It is a classic livery. I actually have I think I got like a 1/24th and a 1/48th die cast those. I got quite a few of that one. I think there's a Frosted Flakes one as well.
Mm-hmm.
I believe.
That was a good
I want to
cereal.
say it was Kyle Busch who had he had them for a little while. Kyle Larson, one of the Kyles.
God, back in the day, growing up, I think because my mom was trying to have us eat on the healthier side, it was Cheerios or Special K or grape nuts.
Your mom gave you ketamine?
Yeah, well, apparently.
Special K.
Oh, guys.
Oh wait, no,
okay.
there's a different.
Or I wish I had the NASCAR sound effect to right by my head on that one.
No, I was taking you more for like a plain kicks kind of guy.
Oh, we had that too. Whatever was the Aldi special at the time. So it was like the off-brand.
Yeah, Derrick and his family went to church every day.
Oh, huh? I'm confused. I mean, it doesn't take much, so congratulations on that. But
it tastes like the hosts, the wafers.
Oh my! Oh,
plain cereal is the same.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Well, you add a little bit of chocolate milk or the strawberry slices because fancy like that. Had to get the fruit in there somehow.
There you go.
But I don't even know how I move. You know what? We'll just go into the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame voting inductions that, finally transpired yesterday. We got the word that both Carlos Beltran and Andrew Jones are going to be joining Jeff Kent in there. Jeff Kent was the 2000 NL MVP and 5-time All-Star second baseman with the San Francisco Giants. He was elected through the Contemporary Era Committee induction way back in December. And Carlos Beltran, where's my garbage can? I wish I had a garbage can over here. Then I would be banging the garbage can.
Why are you asking me? Am I your janitor over here? Come on now.
No. Carlos Beltran, the one that was behind the sign stealing thing with the Houston Astros back in 2020.
As gaslighting,
or
man.
whatever.
That never happened.
No, that never happened. And he wasn't. Can
you prove that there was sign stealing?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. But, he was also the man that got fired as the New York Mets manager back in 2020 before he even managed a single game due to his role in the Houston Astros sign-stealing scandal as a player in 2017 after everything came out.
That's all hearsay.
Yeah. And the earth is flat, right?
It might be. I haven't been to the edge yet. That's my next vacation.
Oh, you just go round and round. But yeah, it's kind of funny and not funny. I mean, yes, he does. His player stats do deserve to be, I think, in the Hall of Fame.
Well, you know who else deserves to be in the Hall of Fame?
Barry Bonds.
Pete Rose, too.
Oh,
Both of them. All right.
Hey. See, and I have absolutely no. If you're and the thing that I go back with, and I kind of had issue with Marcus Mack, maybe 6 or 10 months or so ago. He's the voice and the host of The Truth About Chicago Sports, which you could hear on these very airwaves.
I was listening to him
8 to 9
yesterday.
Yeah,
he's very lively.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, you had to be like, hold up now, let me get a word in. I had a good time listening yesterday.
Excuse me, teacher. I need to talk. I need to get in a word edgewise.
Marcus, you keep him down, bud. Okay.
Bite me. And joining me next Wednesday, I have absolutely no idea who will be in studio with me. But
come on now.
Yeah. It is. It's a chore sometimes to get in a word in edgewise with them, But kind of like with Elliot Serrano during the morning show here on WRMN, the WRMN morning show with Susie C. and Elliot L. Train Serrano. Oh my goodness, there's a mute button here, and I was very close to pushing that. Hey, settle down over here.
You got hardy Midwest people. We all got something that needs to be said.
Yeah, we were talking Bears, so I mean, understandable.
Won't be talking that after next week.
No.
All NASCAR.
Yeah, if Bob had his way, it would be all NASCAR all the time, all four wheels, all left turns Mariner.
Yeah, we'll have a whole half hour on how much we hate Goodyear. Right. Make better tires until they make a good tire, and we're like, you did okay.
Yeah, and then you'll see the commercials here, there, everywhere. But it kind of, with Carlos Beltran getting into the Hall of Fame, being involved or getting elected into the Hall of Fame, and you bringing up Pete Rose, I brought up Barry Bonds, then you could also have the likes of, Roger Clemens, Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa. You're talking all players that are quote unquote or have admitted or not admitted. I know McGwire has. I know Jose Canseco has.
I mean, as you could admit it or not, if you're using
Right.
steroids, everybody's gonna know you're a freaking liar.
But the thing of it was during that home run chase, those many, many years ago with Sosa and McGuire, after the baseball strike had happened or the lockout had happened, and baseball turning a blind eye to what was going on because you damn well knew that they were taking steroids. It wasn't banned in baseball.
It made baseball a magical thing for me. I'm a 38-year-old man now, and at that night era, it'd been when it was and the way it happened, and I don't know if I'd love baseball as much as I do. And I don't know, to that point, Hall of Fame. Maybe you don't just have an entire Hall of Fame. Maybe you have a Hall of Fame for like, every 25 years, or like, here's the Hall of Fame for a certain decade. Baseball changes, all sports change, and this is an argument that comes up all over the place.
Mhm.
Well, this was this then, and this was this now. It's the constant argument we always happen with Jordan, LeBron stuff, and it's different eras, different game. If it is, keep a Hall of Fame, but Hall of Fame classes maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe go by a decade because, that kind of seems like how things after 10 years, a sport could change. The way people play it can change. There are new ideas. There's new innovations. I mean, look at an NFL playbook, like 50 years ago compared to now.
Yeah, 20 pages.
I'm like, are you
20 pages at best, as opposed to 1,500 now or whatever.
So maybe it's not fair for everybody to be like, this is the Hall of Fame. Or, oh, he did this. And you're comparing people who are like, with baseball. Like, people are playing in like the early 1900s. Are you
Right.
kidding me? I
Well,
was like,
and
dude,
then-
they were on speed and like smoking stogies in the dugout before they went out the bat. Are you kidding me? You cannot put them on the same plane as everybody else.
And you took it right out of my mouth there, because that's exactly where I was going to be going with this, because there were players and, back in the day, the 60s and 70s, where they were taking amphetamines to get juiced up for the game, to be more or less like Ritalin or whatever, or to get focused and that was quote unquote illegal back in the day.
Only if you get caught.
Right, exactly. Now steroids.
Even though the players would be going right up to the first baseline and getting the bennies off of somebody who's sitting on the first baseline, and they bought the biggest store. Pop Culbert's. What? Who threw the no on acid? Was that Doc Ellis?
Oh, that one I have no idea.
Oh, I got to look that up.
Yeah, look that up. But I mean, that is the type. So, and I wholeheartedly agree with you in the fact that there is something inherently wrong where now all of a sudden Pete Rose can be elected into the Hall of Fame, even though he admitted to betting on baseball.
I tell you, elect him in the Hall of Fame with terrible haircuts.
Oh,
Who
God,
gets
yeah.
I was like, I never met anybody who like lived their entire life with a bowl cut. Like,
Yeah, that
well,
was,
at least near
that was
the end.
something.
I remember last time he was on, they had him commentating the World Series a couple of years ago. You're like, he's like, what, white suit, red bow tie, bowl cut,
Mm-hmm.
out of his mind, yet still somehow making sense.
Oh, and it was funny because if I'm not mistaken, that panel that he was on, it was Pete Rose, it was Alex Rodriguez, it was, if I'm not mistaken, Frank Thomas, and I believe Big Papi, and they were all
Sounds right.
They
That
were
sounds right.
all talking hitting, and even though I'm listening to it, I'm like, okay, so Pete Rose banned from baseball, getting a second chance at a career because
The only thing he was guilty of was being a red blood American. All right.
He's A real American hero. Pete Rose. Go Rose. A little bit more of the Hall of Fame talk and inductions on the other side of this break. You are currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer and Bob Mariner in studio. Back in a few.
Looking to buy or sell a home in Chicagoland? Need trusted legal help with real estate, evictions, or estate planning? Turn to Guthrie & Brady, the happy lawyers serving the greater Chicago area since 1965. With over 50 years of experience, they handle titles and deeds, foreclosures, landlord-tenant issues, wills, trusts, and more. Appointments available evenings or weekends at their Roselle office or right in your home. Call Guthrie & Brady now at 847-524-1215. That's 847-524-1215. Or visit gnblegal.com. Guthrie & Brady, personal, professional, affordable legal services for all of Chicagoland. The happy lawyers since 1965. That's gnblegal.com. Or 847-524-1215. Guthrie & Brady, trusted legal help made easy, fast, affordable, and experienced. Call today.
When I never graduated from high school, I realized I wanted to go back to school because I didn't want to work these back-breaking jobs the rest of my life. With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed to come back to school. I felt accomplished, made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
When tragedy strikes, you need more than a lawyer, you need a voice. Romanucci and Blandon fight for justice in cases of personal injury, wrongful death, civil rights, and medical malpractice. With over $1 billion recovered, their results speak loud. Call 312-458-1000 or visit rblaw.net. That's 312-458-1000. Romanucci and Blandon, national impact, personalized care. No fee unless they win. Proud supporter of America's First Responders Fest. Here on WRMN AM 1410, we like to keep you informed and in tune to what's happening here in the Fox River Valley and what's going on here on WRMN. We recognize the importance of local radio to be a part of the conversation and to be a part of the community for the community.
You know, we talked about the importance of community theater, but supporting community radio is a big deal too. And, you know, for WRMN, this is a really cool thing that you guys do every day and a really important thing. You have to have a local media outlet to talk about what's going on in your town. So you guys do a nice job.
Tune in to AM 1410, WRMN. Don't forget, you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/WRMN Radio. Keep in tune and informed on what's happening here in the Fox River Valley, right here on WRMN.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. And joining me in studio, it is Bob Mariner.
Hey, hey, hey.
And so for the other inductees, or I'm sorry, really the Ford C. Frick Award winner this year, it is none other than one Mr. Joe Buck. So that's also a nice little thing because, I mean, God, for as far as I can remember, he has been, doing was doing the World Series and the playoff baseball for Fox on Fox. And obviously you could hear him anywhere that his sidekick, Troy Aikman, goes for football on ESPN. But, hey, congratulations. You've had one hell of a storied career.
I'm not going to hate on that guy.
No.
He gets enough hate, but guess what? You only get hated that much if you're that good. Okay? It's how it goes. Hey, it's Stephen A's a popular guy too. All right.
Yeah, but he's also insane with his takes.
Yeah, I think people just don't like Joe Buck because he's too pretty. I don't know.
I don't know how to take that one.
Well, you say handsome gentleman. Granted, he's getting older. And say this. It's probably the last year he's going to look good. He's going to start to look like Al Michaels. He's going to start turning like Al Michaels started to look like he's slowly turning into
I don't know.
Jabba the Hutt.
I think Joe Buck has made a deal with the devil, quite honestly. But in talking about the Hall of Fame inductions, the Hall of Fame inductions are set, and I just had it, and now I lost it. Where are we here?
Button.
Okay.
Who's got the
So
button?
the Hall of Fame inductions are set to take place on July 26, 2026 of this year in Cooperstown, obviously.
Oh, I'm busy that day. Sorry.
Well, and this is the wild thing or the weird thing, and one of the things that I wish that Major League Baseball would rectify. Not only is it, I'd like to add on to your point of making the eras different with the Hall of Fame inductions, the different eras that are played. Hell, maybe even just make a wing or whatever and call it the steroid era or the banned substance era or some stupid smurf like that. Because to have those players, I mean, Bonds, Rose, Rocket, Roger Clemens, all in, not in.
I hear what you're saying.
It's kind of stupid.
Branding, sir. Branding.
Yeah, well.
You got to make it sound a little bit more eloquent. Well, the steroid era.
Okay, fine.
Or the doping era. No, come on.
But you know what I mean.
There's a way about things, sir,
Hey, it's
okay?
Major League Baseball. They have an arm of the marketing branch, I would assume. Not that you would really see it with any of the players on the West Coast, but I mean,
What do you call that? Baseball with benefits?
yeah, I guess. But then you're also talking about the All-Star game being played 12 days before that.
Don't talk to me about the All-Star game, dude.
Well, no.
Don't.
This is where I'm going with it. Make it all one big ceremony week or weekend. You have it. You don't play your Sunday night baseball game. All the games before the All-Star break are played during the game. You have the Hall of Fame induction ceremony that night on a Sunday instead of having your lame-ass crew that does the ESPN broadcast of the baseball games. Then, the next couple of days, it's the home run derby, and then it's the All-Star game. 3 days in a row. Is the NFL playing on that time slot? No.
Let's be nice to the people at ESPN.
They suck.
That's Derek's comments.
Oh
not-
yeah,
not Bob Mariners.
I'm sorry. That is the comments of one Derrick Geyer of Big Top Sports.
ESPN's been very kind to me, sir.
Oh well, okay.
Well, just saying it. Now, here's an idea.
I didn't realize that ESPN was very, very good to you.
Well,
My bad.
They put on all the best sports. Hey.
Yeah, all the things that go left-hand turns.
So, let's say you do your weekend like you said, right?
Mhm.
At the home run derby, blah blah blah, and this and that. The induction, the Hall of Fame induction, but the All-Star game, instead of having MLB players play in the All-Star game, still have the All-Star game. Take the top college prospects and high school players and have them play the All-Star game and hang out with the MLB stars. It's great for media. It's great to get more people into it, and you're promoting new growth in the sport as well. Also, you're not having a bunch of, professionals waste their time.
I don't know how that one will fly. Talk about a weird and wacky Wednesday take.
I got the weirdest takes, dude.
But Coming up after this top of the hour break, it is going to be weird and wacky sports here on this hump day on Big Top Sports, WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer and Bob Mariner. See you on the other side.
Elgin isn't just a city. It's a community built on connection, innovation, and opportunity. And at the heart of it all is the Elgin Chamber of Commerce. For over a century, the Elgin Chamber has helped local businesses grow, connecting entrepreneurs, advocating for progress, and inspiring the leaders of tomorrow. Whether you're a new business just starting out or an established company looking to expand, the Elgin Chamber is your partner for success. Join a powerful network of leaders making a difference in our community every day. Together, we're shaping the future of Elgin one connection at a time. Elgin Area Chamber of Commerce, where business and community grow together. Call now, 847-741-5660, or go to info@elginchamber.com. Contact Carol Gieske.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410 Elgin time 5.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Jury selection is complete in the trial of a man accused of placing a bounty on a U.S. Border Patrol commander. Juan Espinoza Martinez is charged with soliciting the murder of Gregory Bavino. Opening statements begin this morning in federal court in Chicago. The Illinois House is back in session with debates focused on taxes, the Safety Act, and foreign policy. Republicans have introduced a bill to amend the Safety Act, while Democrats are proposing changes to a law dealing with Israel boycotts. GOP lawmakers are also warning of potential new tax increases. Governor J.B. Pritzker held a roundtable in Chicago Tuesday on how federal actions are affecting Illinois. Pritzker said higher tariffs hit manufacturers and farmers hardest. President Trump responded, saying Democrats caused the affordability crisis and his administration is fixing it. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
2026 your year of adventure? Book that trip and learn a new language with Babbel. Go ahead, make a resolution you can stick to. Now is the time. Babbel's New Year sale is here. Unlock all of the languages on Babbel with a lifetime subscription for 65% off. Turn your daydream into a destination this year with Babbel. Get Babbel's lifetime access for less at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Chick-fil-A. The Illinois House is back in session with debates focused on taxes, the Safety Act, and foreign policy. Republicans have introduced a bill to amend the Safety Act, while Democrats are proposing changes to a law dealing with Israel boycotts. GOP lawmakers are also warning of potential new tax increases. Governor J.B. Pritzker held a roundtable in Chicago Tuesday on how federal actions are affecting Illinois. Pritzker said higher tariffs hit manufacturers and farmers hardest. President Trump responded, saying Democrats caused the affordability crisis and his administration is fixing it. Jury selection is complete in the trial of a man accused of placing a bounty on a U.S. Border Patrol commander. Juan Espinoza Martinez is charged with soliciting the murder of Gregory Bavino. Opening statements begin this morning in federal court in Chicago. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know that hiking isn't for you. Sure, it sounds nice to be in nature while exercising, but that's what a gym and houseplants are for. I mean, you don't even like walking upstairs. So why would you walk up a hill for miles? To what, end up high in the air? Come on, you know you're scared of heights. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-990-1551. That's 800-990.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. Dangerously cold wind chills from late Thursday night through Friday morning. This afternoon, scattered snow showers after 5 p.m. with mostly cloudy skies and a high near 28. Tonight, patchy blowing snow and scattered snow showers with a low around 12. It feels like 2. Currently, it is 26 with mainly clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones.
When it comes to orthopedic and spine surgery, Prime Healthcare St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin leads the way. Recognized by U.S. News and World Report as a high performer across multiple surgery types, we offer advanced and minimally invasive procedures supported by state-of-the-art imaging technology. Our expert surgeons and compassionate care teams are here to help you move, heal, and live better every step of the way. St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, exceptional care close to home.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. From the Chicagoland to lands afar. With Derrick Geyer, your sports czar. The game's the place from field to rink. Hot debates, fast takes, no time to blink. The Windy City roar, the fans ignite. Your circus of sports under radio light. Big Time Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. And joining me in studio today, it is Bob Mariner.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Oh, it's evening now.
Yeah, it is getting dark.
I'm still getting used to starting at an earlier time over here. This is
Yeah, I kind of like it, you know, because you come in the studio, it's 4 o'clock, the sun is out, it's still sunny-ish, depending on like what day it is and the weather and Chicago weather, Elgin weather. Yeah.
Well, it's also it's nice to walk into a radio studio where there's still people doing radio. It was a little weird showing up here after hours and like, am I supposed to be here?
Am I in the right place?
Yes.
Am I? Yeah.
Well, I think I'm in the right place. I mean, we're here. We're talking sports.
They picked us up off the street.
I would say we're getting a lot more hits on the YouTube comments over here.
Yeah, which is a good thing. Over there.
Hey, shout out to Susie C over here and Michael Scott. Where's Cleveland Dennis? Cleveland Dennis, I miss you. Give me a call.
I don't know, but if you want to be a part of this sporting conversation, feel free to call in at 847-931-1410, 847-931-1410, or see our lovely mugs on the tube of views at youtube.com at WRMN Radio, youtube.com at WRMN Radio. And don't forget to check out the WRMN's Facebook page where you've got the WRMN morning shows, Susie C's question of the day. And you could also hear Elliot, the L Train Serrano, with her every morning from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. And it is, once again, what was your favorite cereal growing up? But today I am introducing a new segment here on Wacky Weird Wednesday on Big Top Sports. And today, that new sports is the Bare Knuckle Ice Wars.
Whoa, wait. Bare Knuckle Ice Wars.
Bare Knuckle Ice Wars.
Okay, all right. If Bare Knuckle Ice Wars. Okay, so my first guess as to what this sport would be is men in whitey tighties on a frozen lake trying to just nail each other with ice balls. Just like making the hardest packed snowballs you can, but like you're also in the elements, nothing but your skibbies, and just like, I don't know, 5-on-5, kind of a dodgeball kind of deal. That's my idea when you say Bare Knuckle Ice Wars.
So the organization is called Bare Knuckle Ice Wars, and you could go on there and it's BKFC, Bare Knuckle Fighting Club, Ice Wars.
All right.
And here's a little clip from that I was able to actually find.
A good one.
Oh yeah, dude! It is just straight up.
It's the size of a ring with boards.
And here
and they come.
All right. And they don't even have gloves.
No.
It's
no
just
gloves.
straight to it, dude.
No gloves. And look at this. Just pounding. Dude.
Yep. And that right there, that right there was courtesy of the Ruthless Pod. So it's the Ruthless Podcast. You could see, that they talk about a bunch of different, Ruthless Sports, really. So essentially what the Bare Knuckle Fight Club is picture ice hockey skates, and the traditional garb that a player might be wearing if they were actually playing a hockey game. Now, with that being said, all it is them fighting and going rock'em sock'em robot, but on a sheet of ice.
So they took my favorite part of hockey.
Yeah.
Just made it a game.
So, BKFC Ice Wars, the overview, a thrilling new fighting league that pits the world's toughest combat fighters against one another on a sheet of ice. It's the best of combat sports and ice hockey all in one. Comprised. Well, compromised and comprised, spelled the same way, comprised of former hockey enforcers and current combat fighters in top fighting condition.
So that actually reminds me of there's another league, and they're up in Canada. They're in Quebec.
Oh, it was in Quebec? Okay, because the one that I thought that I had come across, I thought it was from Russia with Love.
No, so
wait, let me get to the rest of it. Fighters square off in the ice box. So it's a 900 square foot ice shaped rink.
900 square feet sounds a lot bigger than it is. So you see this in video, and
yeah, it's kind of tiny, but yeah, at the same time, enough room to go around. So fighters square off in the ice box, a 900 square foot ice fighting surface specifically made for BKFC Ice Wars. 1 minute shortened rounds equals non-stop rock'em sock'em action. I added the rock'em sock'em there. But where would you expect to find something like this?
I don't know, Florida.
Sunrise, Florida.
Are you serious?
I am completely and totally serious. Their inaugural season was last year in 2025. According to their website of bkfciw.com, more events are scheduled for this upcoming year and supposedly coming to Illinois.
Oh, dude. Throw that stuff over at the new ice facility over at Allstate. I'll go and check that out, dude. That'd be huge. But I mean, if Universal Studios and Disney isn't enough for you to go down to Florida, why'd you go and check out this Just Fighting? How about you just call it that? Just call it Just Fighting Hockey League.
Yeah, I have absolutely no idea, but it when I first initially came across it, I thought for sure it was someplace up there or out there in Russia, because I've seen some very interesting stuff, which I'll get into at a later point in time. But a 5-on-5 MMA match. Oh my great googly moogly,
Yeah.
because at one point in time,
You got a little Hell in the Cell going on.
there was a 5-on-1 mugging beatdown. I'm not exactly sure what was transpiring, but
is that every week in Chicago?
yeah, right. Yeah, it's just I'm not going to say that. But yeah, this bare knuckle fighting club, or bare knuckle ice wars as it is. I mean, basically taking, as you said, Bob, the best part of hockey and making a sport out of it. Now, what was the other one that you were?
So I was going to say, this reminded me a lot of Ligue Nord-Américaine de Hockey. This is, pardon my terrible Canadian accent, but yeah, this is it's the North American Hockey League up in Quebec, and it is, pretty much made of ex-National Hockey League players, ex-AHL players who have been excommunicated from, our pros because they like to fight too much. They were the goons, in the past decade and a half. They really tried to make hockey more of a family sport and really try to push fighting out of it. And within the AHL and the AHL, you can see that we still get a couple scraps here and there, but nothing like Bobby Probert back in the day. But yeah, there still exists the Ligue Nord-Américaine de Hockey up in Quebec, and it's just everybody who's been kicked out of playing the NHL and AHL specifically for fighting, to the point where they have police on staff, not for the unruly fans, but for the players. I gotta find the numbers again, but I think last time I looked this up, the average number of fights per game was 3.5.
Oh, I believe it.
All time. Yeah, well, I mean, if you're coming up with a league entirely made into forcers. So so the difference between what you brought up and this one is they still do try to score goals in this.
They still try to play hockey.
Yeah.
But and it was founded in, if I'm looking at the right Wikipedia page, it was founded in 1996
You're correct.
Total of 8 teams, born in Canada. And, well, yeah, since it's a Canadian sport up there in Canada, I would imagine the purists wanted to get back to the pure form that it was.
Well, here's a name that people... Here's somebody who played, Donald Brashear.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He's...
Yeah, he was the one that swung that stick, or was he the one that got hit with the stick? Someone actually took a two-handed tomahawk chop to someone's dome, and I think he was like suspended and never...
Yeah, I think it was like an axe to the head kind of deal. Oh, man. Was that him or Stevenson? What happened? Because then it's... Oh, McSorley.
Oh,
yeah, it was Marty McSorley.
It was McSorley that hit Brashear over the top of the head with the stick? Yeah, that makes sense. That tracks. Because, I mean, you're talking, the goons back in the day. Marty McSorley definitely fit that bill.
Oh, it was Marty McSorley who took a swing at Brashear.
Yeah, Donald Brashear, Ty Domi,
He gave him
Darren McCarthy.
He says he gave him a grade 3 concussion. How do you determine what grade of concussion you have? I was like, that doesn't make sense to me.
Sounds like a Snickers commercial.
I was like, how many fingers am I holding up over here? Come on, man.
3.
I was like,
who are you? Coach. Where are we? The Bat Cave.
Oh, geez. Oh, and it's like when that happened, it was at 2.8 seconds left in that game, too. Ah, geez. Hey,
yeah.
So, you know what? Hey, yeah, at least, guess what? You still get smoked and still have a professional sports career. Just go and keep on getting concussions.
Well, it's like if you can no longer...
grade 3, give me a grade 4. Let's go.
Yeah. It's like if you can no longer play NFL football or your dream gets dashed in the NFL. Well, hey, go north of the border. Play for the Canadian Football League. Or if you can no longer play, Major League Baseball. Hey, check out South Korea or maybe even the Mexican League.
And I say, if you end up in professional sports and you exit prematurely, which is probably the majority of people who end up in professional sports, here's my advice. Take whatever money you have and you get in contact with Michael Jordan's people and go, hey, what do I do?
What do I do? How do I do it?
I will give you all the money that I have right now to help me secure the rest of my life.
Yeah, assuming that he's not going to pee all over you. Because, well, who are you?
I said Jordan. I'm not talking Diddy, dude. Okay.
Oh, well, okay, fair enough.
Or R. Kelly.
Well, again, fair enough. Hey, you're currently listening to Big Top Sports, going down the weird and wacky world of sports. That's been Weird and Wacky Wednesday with the bare knuckle ice, or the BKFC Ice Wars, which is apparently an American sport.
That's one more time. Jordan's got class. He will never pee on you.
Yeah, he will never pee on you.
Unless you're Jim France of NASCAR, in which case all bets are off.
All over him. And with that being said, coming up after this upcoming break, it is going to be Mariners Musings. Stick around. You're listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer, and the one and only Musings of Mariner, Bob Mariner.
Hi, this is Sherry Aschenbrenner, Vice President of Dementia Friendly Elgin Area. Everyone knows somebody living with dementia. Caregivers and friends of those with dementia are always welcome at our Elgin Area Memory Cafe, always the second Tuesday of every month at 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. at the South Elgin Public Works Building, 1000 Bowes Road in South Elgin. Also, Dementia Friendly Elgin Area gives free 20-minute dementia awareness trainings to local businesses, church groups, to bunco groups. Just invite us. If you'd like to get put on Sherry's senior email blast list, please email us at dfelist@gmail.com. Also, you can go and visit our website at dementiafriendlyelginarea.org.
Tune in to Sherry's Senior Moments radio show on the second Thursday of each month at 9:05 a.m. until 10 a.m. on WRMN AM 1410, WRMN Radio app, or WRMN Radio on YouTube. That's Sherry's Senior Moments, providing resources and information for our seniors in the community.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It's easier than you think for pests to threaten your family's health. Ticks, which spread dangerous diseases, hide in tall grasses and even on your pets. Rodents easily invade your home, contaminate food, and can carry more than 35 diseases. Mosquitoes, which breed in standing water, transmit many diseases. Get the facts you need to protect your family at pestworld.org. It's that easy. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids right here in our own backyard are facing hunger every day? Without healthy food, it's harder to grow, to thrive, to feel their best.
The impact when children don't have enough to eat is tremendous because when you're hungry and your basic needs aren't being met, you cannot learn.
Every child deserves to be fed. This is a problem we know how to solve. Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Breakfast in the classroom contributes to kids being more focused, which leads to higher grades, and simply just their well-being.
Thank you! Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. And I'd like to call this segment Mariners Musings with Bob Mariner. Take it away, Bob.
Well, hey, folks. I'm Bob Mariner. Thanks for introducing me, Derek. It's very kind of you. All right, this week's Mariners Musings. I don't know. I was a 90s kid, and I grew up watching a lot of, like, motocross and stuff like that, and Travis Pastrana was a name that showed up quite a few times. A lot of motocross stuff, and, played a lot of his video games. Pretty cool. Well, he's come back up in the news recently.
Why?
Well, NASCAR's coming back.
Oh
my God. And, Travis Pastrana, I know, known for motocross, racing them dirt bikes, going over jumps and everything. Well, guess what?
What?
He can drive stuff with more than 2 wheels.
What?
I know. So he is going to make his return to the NASCAR Crash and Truck Series with Nice Motorsports at Daytona International Speedway.
Wait, how do you feel about that, Bob?
Well, here's the musings part of this. Now, I love Travis. I love this video games. I love watching him race back in the day. But he's a little bit older now, and he's coming back to the Truck Series. Hadn't raced in years. Also, not known for racing that stuff. Is it fair to have a big name come back into a points-paying league and possibly screw stuff up for other people? Would this is my question to the listeners and the viewers. Would this be okay in the NBA, in the MLB, in the NFL, in the NHL? In FIFA, let's say like CR7 retires in FIFA, and all of a sudden you have him come back and just go ahead and play. Now, granted, maybe you give him 10 years out of league and he comes back. The game has changed. The way people have played have changed. yeah, great if you're rooting against the team and you have an old timer come in. But in a sport like NASCAR, when you have somebody who comes in and could possibly crash half the field because they're out of practice and they don't know the new equipment, is that fair? Yes, I love Travis, but they need to stop doing this with NASCAR. Another perfect example. Jimmy Johnson.
What?
Yeah. Just on the main controller's Legacy Motorsports. Yeah, he was a 7-time champ in NASCAR. But now he's part owner of a team, and he still ends up like throwing himself into a race or two. He's not. He was great. He's doing himself a disservice in the eyes of the fans. He's kind of screwing over everybody else in the field at the same time. You don't know how to drive the car. You're slowing down traffic. It's. I don't like it. What do you people have to say out there in Radio Land in Northwest Side Chicago? What do you think about that? Is it okay to have a former great come back and play in your sport just to pump it up and give him the money, or should we say, hang it up, old timer?
And if you want to get in on this conversation and Mariners musings, by all means, call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. Join Big Top Sports. Give us your opinions. And also check us out on youtube.com at WRMN Radio. I don't know, Bob. I kind of have the opinion of why not? If they're able to come in, why not? If they've gone through the certifications and everything, why not?
At that point, do the whole season, dude. You ain't doing nothing else other than collecting a paycheck, all right?
Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM, baby.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Chick-fil-A. The Illinois House is back in session with debates focused on taxes, the SAFETY Act, and foreign policy. Republicans have introduced a bill to amend the SAFETY Act, while Democrats are proposing changes to a law dealing with Israel boycotts. GOP lawmakers are also warning of potential new tax increases. Governor J.B. Pritzker held a roundtable in Chicago Tuesday on how federal actions are affecting Illinois. Pritzker said higher tariffs hit manufacturers and farmers hardest. President Trump responded, saying Democrats caused the affordability crisis and his administration is fixing it. Jury selection is complete in the trial of a man accused of placing a bounty on a U.S. Border Patrol commander. Juan Espinoza Martinez is charged with soliciting the murder of Gregory Bavino. Opening statements begin this morning in federal court in Chicago. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know that hiking isn't for you. Sure, it sounds nice to be in nature while exercising, but that's what a gym and houseplants are for. I mean, you don't even like walking upstairs. So why would you walk up a hill for miles? To what, end up high in the air? Come on, you know you're scared of heights. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Pricing coverage match limited by state law.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-990-1551. That's 800-990-1551.
The new novel, titled DUI Jury Trial, is the true story of two lawyers who defend a truck driver who is charged with DUI. If he's convicted, this truck driver faces a lifetime disqualification of his commercial driver's license, which would prevent him from ever driving a truck again. This 3-year legal battle culminates in a courtroom showdown, which involves the testimony of a DUI expert witness. This book, DUI Jury Trial, is now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com.
Are you looking for a way to be creative right now? Have you ever wanted to learn to watercolor paint? You can now do that from the comfort of your own home with Zoom watercolor classes. Get professional instruction from nationally showing artist Victoria Elizabeth. These classes are step-by-step, Broken down with easy-to-understand instructions, they're affordable too, at $15 for a 2-hour class. Visit our website at victoriaelizabethart.com to find out more. That's victoriaelizabethart.com.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Progressive. Dangerously cold wind chills from late Thursday night through Friday morning in the listening area. Currently, it is 25 degrees and overcast. Tonight, patchy blowing snow and scattered snow showers are expected, with a low around 12. Wind chill values could feel as low as 2, with gusty winds up to 40 miles per hour. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store and online. And now, the more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Limited time. For JD Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Check it out at the Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. Big Top Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland. Football frenzy and hoops so high. Baseball swinging as seasons fly. Hockey blades cutting swift and true. Sports carousel spinning just for you. Big Top Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. Joining me in studio today, it is the one, the only Bob Mariner. How the hell you doing, Bob?
Oh, doing good, doing good, doing good.
Are you ready?
Ready for what?
Are you ready?
Yeah, I guess I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Is there an echo in here?
No, it's just the voices in my head. That's all it is. It's just the voices in my head. And the question at hand is, are you ready for the 2026 Winter Olympics that are going to be taking place in Milan, Italy, and other various venues there too?
Yeah, I'm ready for it. I was listening to you last night, and I'm
Oh, so you were the one. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, there's a couple of us, okay? But yeah, I'm with you. I think some of my favorite Olympic times, Winter Olympic times, is watching curling.
Oh, you actually were listening last night.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, well, I don't know. It was like, yeah, I'm just gonna blow smoke up his ass, and
No, I listen to the show. I have a couple notes. I'll save those for after. But
on the fact that I didn't know that the New York Jets had a new coach. I mean, it was the New York Jets. So
who?
I mean,
Is that a football team?
Yeah, right.
No, but yeah, I have many fond memories of watching curling with my family, and also that if you're ever in Chicago, I believe Kaiser Tiger is still doing this.
They're doing curling?
Yeah, well, now Kaiser Tiger is a bar, so you're not doing the brushing part.
Hit
You're
it
just
like a Kaiser.
You're just doing the throwing stones part. But
okay.
yeah, it's like they've been doing it. They're right over by Union Park.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I got to check that out. That seems like it might be a good drunken date night.
Yeah, it's like 1415 West Randolph. I believe they're still doing curling. I've been doing it for the past like 4 or 5 years. Yeah. And with ice curling in winter and a 250-seat beer garden in summer. They also got, what do they call them, like bacon grenades, bacon bombs or something like that. It's
Bacon
like
grenades?
It's like they make like
Well,
they do
don't-
like a bacon weave and they wrap it in sausage.
Well,
and-
don't let Susie C of the WRMN morning show hear you say that. She'll be tossing out bacon grenades left and right and trying to bring all the boys to her yard.
Hey, maybe we need to do a show from Kaiser Tiger one of these days. But yeah, like I said,
Yeah,
listen to your
hell,
show.
Or anywhere else for that matter.
Hey, I don't know, downtown Chicago's pretty prime, and all the bacon you can eat, man. But yeah, you play a little curling over there. Like I said though, Olympics, I love watching curling, but the big thing about the Olympics, and I can't believe it's still a story, is that
the ice rink,
the ice
the
rink.
Milan Santiglia ice hockey arena.
So it was like a month or two ago, I heard that they're like,
There's-
hey, the ice rink might not be ready. And it's like, all right, whatever. It's like, there's still time. And then it was like, oh, the ice rink might not be ready. But also, if it is, it's not going to be the right size. So it's like maybe like half a foot smaller than it should be, something like that.
The arena's ice surface is slightly shorter by 3 feet than a typical NHL rink, but the NHL Players Association indicated players don't expect it to be of a significant impact.
Well, I mean, that really throws me off because we watch NHL all year round. And then when we get to the Winter Olympics, we're like, why is the ice so big? And,
Right.
and this is the first time that we're going to be seeing NHL players play in the Olympics since Sochi in 2014, which is ridiculous to me. I'm like, has it been that long? And I guess it seems
kinda
shorter.
has
It's,
been.
it's like when you have a kid that's born on a leap day or something. You're like, oh, I thought you were only 3 years old.
See, and here's the reason why it's so alarming or appalling, or I don't know, like what they're doing out there in Milan, Italy, or Cortina, or their other.
They're using the old school way of measuring. They're like, is it a hand? Is it an arm length? is it my foot or is it your foot?
or is it metric system, or is it centimeters, or how? Yeah. But they won the bid for the 2026 Olympics all the way back on June 24th.
Yeah. They won it.
2019.
Can you hear all the money rubbing through my fingers?
Yeah.
I love it. They won. It's a bid. Who's got? No, they won the bid. It's just say I was like they had the most money.
But back in 2019,
or leverage. I
you
don't know.
knew that the Olympics were coming to your country, and you knew more or less the amount of sports and the type of sports that were coming to your country. And it's sauce, don't call it gravy, that you had all of this time. I do believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but we are in 2026 right now.
Yeah.
That was 2019. So they had, 6.5 years to get their Smurf together, and they're still dealing with issues about the construction, about the locker rooms, in regards to specifically where the hockey games are going to be held.
All right, I'm just
like holy Smurf.
So, all right, who are your top 5 most famous Italian hockey players?
Hey, it would be Mario and Linguini.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. There's yeah.
Ooh, head rush.
Oh, guess what? I'm Irish. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta go back quite a few dead generations until I actually had people from Ireland, though. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, yeah, I would not expect these people to make a proper ice rink. Maybe build an aqueduct, some sort of stadium where people can fight each other with swords and fight lions and stuff. I trust them to do that. An ice rink, though, I don't know.
Or you have the trap door and you got the lion coming out or the tiger coming out.
Yeah.
Are you not entertained?
We're getting at the same point over here.
Well,
It's not their deal. Maybe, I don't know. Italy's just not the place to Winter Olympics. I don't think wintertime, when I think Milan, I don't know. Are you going to, the next Winter Olympics is going to be in Kingston, Jamaica. It just doesn't make sense. I'm just like.
Well, hell, there was a Winter Classic down there in Florida.
All right. You literally just.
Stole your thunder?
No, you went out of the next thing I was going to be like, why is there a Tampa Bay Lightning? Why is the Arizona Coyotes? Why is there the Florida Panthers? There are things that shouldn't be in certain places. Winter Olympics. Keep it cold, dude.
Yeah, and we got a couple of viewers and or listeners chiming in on the YouTube at WRMN Radio.
Yes, Nick Johnston. So, let them play in a frozen pond.
I absolutely like that idea.
Take it to Canada, dude.
Hell, hey, Jose, and your Fruity Pebbles. I do enjoy that. Hey, Brendan, thank you for chiming in as well. And if you want to get in on this conversation here on Big Top Sports, WRMN Radio, call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410.
Why is there an LA Lakers? There aren't any lakes there. Yeah, you are correct, sir.
Well, there is one big-ass concrete river that runs through it.
And the Jazz moved to Utah, where they don't allow any music.
Oh my!
I know. Nick knows what I'm talking about over here.
Great, right? Googly moogly, and apparently, hey, you could have all the wives in the world, but you can't have booze and you can't have music. Apparently,
all right, but yeah, Olympics will be cool. I mean, yes, they are mid. You are very correct in saying that, Nick. But it's at the same time, like, can you really take this seriously if there's Olympic-size ice rinks for NHL?
No.
For as many years I've been watching.
Quite honestly.
And now they're like, well, it's 3 feet smaller than an NHL regulation rink, and this is okay. I don't really care. I was excited at first. I'm like, oh, the NHLers, they're going to be able to play in this again. I go, hey, just keep them out of it. To me, this is just like a bigger waste of time than any All-Star game.
Oh, well, what did you think of the Four Seasons last year? The Four Seasons Classic, where you had Canada, the United States, and 2 other teams that I freaking forgot about right now.
I don't care.
Okay.
I know. I honestly don't care about it.
Fair enough. But I do. And
if you're gonna be in a sport, make it a season. Put your all into one thing. Don't give me any of this peripheral stuff. I don't care. That trophy's not going to matter. What matters is the cup. Okay?
The Four Seasons tournament, yes, I agree with. You get into the nationalism or the national pride of it, if you will. USA, and Canadian, rivalries and all that fun stuff.
I mean, there's only a handful of teams that really can compete on the national level, and it's Canada, USA, Sweden,
Russia, if they're allowed in this year.
Maybe Russia.
Maybe.
And they're up in the air. They've been no. I'd say Finland.
Finland. Yeah, that's the other one. But yes, I really truly love the listener's point there. Make it on a pond. And then you would actually have, pond hockey, Olympic pond hockey. But to your point, and I'm sure I don't want to speak for you, as far as the additional 2 weeks or 3 weeks or however long the Olympics goes, running the risk of your multi-million-dollar star player getting hurt, i.e. Connor Bedard. Thankfully, he got hurt when he got hurt, and he was not able to make the Canadian team.
God forbid.
The injuries and everything that came off of the four that game
Well,
or the Four Seasons, whatever.
let's say one of these,
Edwin Diaz, perfect example. Go on though. I'm sorry.
This
I'm
is on
peeing
an
all over you.
entirely different side of things too. But you got a lot of young talent. You got a lot of stupid kids playing these sports.
Mm-hmm.
What's to say there's not another Brittany Griner situation where somebody thinks, hey, screw it. I'm a big star. I travel everywhere all the time. I'm going to the Olympics. I'm going to bring my weed cartridge with me.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
No, I mean, it is a valid point.
Every Olympic comes with controversy. So aside from the extra time and the fatigue that you're putting on somebody who is essentially not going to get paid for being in the Olympics. They're getting paid for the NHL.
For pride.
Yeah, we'll see how far pride will get you. I'm just saying, like, at the same time, you're getting some stupid kids over here who are going across the sea, go have a good time. Hey, country pride. They're gonna try.
Oh, sure.
Come on, man. We've all been in our 20s, all right? You're gonna try to have some fun, but they are on you. They are on you when you're in the Olympics, man. And it's like I won't be surprised you see some people get pegged. I don't think anybody's gonna be getting locked up for an extended period of time. But
if they're getting pegged, that's a completely and totally different show.
Oh, Lord.
And on that note, you are currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. Oh, and Bob Mariner. We will return after this short break. I can't believe I did that.
Before the weather gets too cold, it's time to finish up those outdoor jobs. That's why ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and to the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
Yeah, it's the WRMN After Dark show.
Prime Healthcare St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin leads the way. Recognized by U.S. News and World Report as a high performer across multiple surgery types, we offer advanced and minimally invasive procedures supported by state-of-the-art imaging technology. Our expert surgeons and compassionate care teams are here to help you move, heal, and live better every step of the way. St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin.
Sorry, not sorry. I mean, I just it went there, and the squirrels took over, and now all of a sudden,
Pro tip, the BBB connects people with businesses they can trust. So think
oh, that's because they're running the hamster wheel up top here.
First, because better businesses are honest and commit to high ethical standards.
What do you want to come back with?
That's why they're better. Always look for the sign of a better business.
We'll talk about like the sports or whatever that the Olympics have.
When your car needs trusted care, think All Around Auto Body in Schaumburg.
What
Family
does that
owned
look
for
like?
over 30 years, they deliver high-quality collision repair and dependable service from start to finish.
What's your favorite Olympic sport?
Oh, it's either oh man. There's actually 3 or 4 events that I like watching. I like the couples dancing, I like the figure skating, the downhill slalom, the moguls, curling for some strange freaking reason.
Cool. Yeah, we'll do that for our last segment. It's just like we'll start with you going through like your aside from the curling, because we both already said we like curling. What are your other like top 3 Olympic sports, and then come to me and say
Yeah, we're back on in 40.
We'll shoot the shit about
No, it's on YouTube. You're good. No, seriously, it's on YouTube.
Sorry, YouTube. I didn't mean to swear.
Yeah, I did tell you that the mics were still on. Watch your freaking mouth there, Mr. Mariner.
South Park
said
the S word like years ago.
Yeah, true.
They said,
well,
how
yeah,
many times
and
they
you
say
all,
it on that episode? They had the counter in the bottom. They said like 127 times, something like that.
or some variation thereof. 5 seconds.
NYPD looted it.
Yeah.
Global.com.
Welcome back to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer, and in studio, Bob Mariner. Potty mouth, Bob.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep you in line, dude, okay?
Yeah, well, you actually dropped the bomb here, and if you were actually watching on the youtube.com at WRMN Radio, you would have heard the on YouTube on-air production meeting that we were doing for this final segment of Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. And don't forget to tune into the WRMN morning show tomorrow with Susie C. and Elliot, the L Train Serrano. And go to WRMN Facebook page and check out Susie C's question of the day, which is, what was your favorite cereal growing up? And since we're a sports talk show, what was your Olympic winter sport that you like seeing, other than curling, because we both agreed to that?
All right, I think my favorite, aside from curling, has got to be skull.
What?
Skull.
Skull?
Yeah. So that's like...
is that the dip or something?
No, that... Yeah, it used to be a proud sponsor of NASCAR. Hey, no, Skull. It's luge, but for crazy people. So instead of lying on your back and going feet first down, you lie on your belly head first on a solo sled going down a bobsled track.
Yeah, going 80, 90 miles an hour.
Well, hey, I obviously, as somebody who's like, all nutso about NASCAR, I'm all go fast. I like the fast stuff. And if you're talking about fast, that's it.
And having the ultimate adrenaline and death wish all in the same time.
Dude. And talk about being in control. All right, so I wouldn't do bobsled either, even though my name's Bob. I don't trust being in a sled with other people. If I'm in control, that's cool. Like, once again, we were talking about Dream Vacations last week, and I'm like, hey, unless I'm the guy at the helm, I ain't going on a cruise. I need to be in control of the ship. So, Skull would be the perfect sport for me.
No, that.
Also, if you screw up, that's it. Lights out, man. I was say, no time to really
talk about all the
aftermath.
Broken bones and you are wearing a helmet.
Yeah.
But I'm not exactly sure how well you're going to stand up to going 80, 90 miles an hour and cracking your head dead on into a wall.
Well, how fast these guys go?
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's how fast that they end up going.
Well, I'm looking it up.
And
right
since
now,
you were so kind to ask, Bob,
well,
my favorite
over 80. I wanted to look up how fast they went. Over 80 miles an hour. That's pretty fast. Now I'm guessing you're going to pick something slow. If I go fast, of course you're going to go slow. What do you got for your favorite, other than curling?
Which
we can all agree on
ice
is
hockey.
amazing.
I think it would be like the downhill slalom, because they also reach speeds up to about 70, 75 miles an hour on a sheet of ice, no less. And we've all seen that one opening of the Wide World of Sports, where the dude is doing the downhill slalom and he just cartwheels, the ski poles flying every which way, the skis shooting off every which way, him going cartwheeling into the barricade, and that is definitely the worst of times.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any good way to fall while doing that.
Or going that fast.
Well, the most I've probably gotten up to about 50 miles an hour, and that just up at Alpine, Devil's Head. It being extremely reckless, mind you. But I don't even know, man. It's like you gotta get some them special injections in your knees, or they like put silicone in there and give you a little extra cushion. I mean, I ain't no spring chicken, but I ain't old. I mean, at the age of 38, I know I could still,
Ooh, there's another like weird Wednesday sport thing that could be a new sport. Combine speed skating with roller derby.
Oh, crashed ice. We got to talk about that next week. Red Bull crashed ice.
Crashed ice?
It's like a slalom, speed skating, roller derby all in one.
Really? Oh, I got to look that up.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, thank you for everyone that is tuned in today on this weird, wacky Wednesday for Big Top Sports, WRMN 1410 AM. A little bit of potty talk, a little bit of gutter talk, a little bit of everything. Spraying to all fields here under the Big Top. And thank you, listeners, too, watching us on the WRMN Facebook. No, that would be the WRMN.com YouTube page. I don't know. Hey, it took me until now to mess that up.
Whose radio show is this?
Have a great night, everyone. Great googly moogly. Mics are still up, yeah. Yeah, I had a complete... Yeah, that was Talk Time with Tammy, the show that went on before us.
Okay. I didn't listen to her theme song.
And oh my good God, I cannot believe I couldn't get out the WRMN YouTube, and I'm still having a hard time.
You got to have a printed sheet out in front of you.
YouTube, okay? and it's right in front of me, too. It's right on the screen here. God bless it. YouTube.com at WRMN Radio.
YouTube.com at WRMN Radio. 1410 a.m. Big Top Sports, 4 to 6, Monday through Friday.
Yeah, I can't believe
Only turn in Wednesday when I'm here. So
how's about you frack right off on that one, Mr. Mariner?
Maybe I'll show up a little bit more often. I don't know.
Well, when you're not so busy, doing your all, production stuff and everything.
Call me.
Call me. Call me. Call me. All right. Later, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Stay warm because it's going to get frigid come this weekend. Anything else, Bob?
I love you all. And Nick Johnston, maybe we'll have some sort of Winter Olympic wrestling thing. That would be pretty cool. And try and fall with a flat back like a pro wrestler.
Oh,
love the comment, bud. Love it,
man. All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.
Democrats caused the affordability crisis, and his administration is fixing it. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
2026 your year of adventure. Book that trip and learn a new language with Babbel. Go ahead, make a resolution you can stick to. Now is the time. Babbel's New Year sale is here. Unlock all of the languages on Babbel with a lifetime subscription for 65% off. Turn your daydream into a destination this year with Babbel. Get Babbel's lifetime access for less at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Governor J.B. Pritzker held a roundtable in Chicago Tuesday on how federal actions are affecting Illinois. Pritzker said higher tariffs hit manufacturers and farmers hardest. President Trump responded, saying Democrats caused the affordability crisis and his administration is fixing it. Jury selection is complete in the trial of a man accused of placing a bounty on a U.S. Border Patrol commander. Juan Espinoza Martinez is charged with soliciting the murder of Gregory Bavino. Opening statements begin this morning in federal court in Chicago. The Illinois House is back in session with debates focused on taxes, the Safety Act, and foreign policy. Republicans have introduced a bill to amend the Safety Act, while Democrats are proposing changes to a law dealing with Israel boycotts. GOP lawmakers are also warning of potential new tax increases. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
With Progressive Snapshot, you could save on auto insurance rates by driving safely, which is nice because you can just keep doing you. So keep on using that broken phone charger because it occasionally works. Keep quoting something you heard on a podcast as your own. Keep ignoring your sister's texts while you drive and after. And when baggage claim says, have a great trip, keep on saying, you too. And keep driving safely. And you could save with Snapshot from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Progressive. Dangerously cold wind chills from late Thursday night through Friday morning in the listening area. Currently, it is 25 degrees and overcast. Tonight, patchy blowing snow and scattered snow showers are expected, with a low around 12. Wind chill values could feel as low as 2, with gusty winds up to 40 miles per hour. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store and online. And now, the more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Limited time. For JD Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Check it out at the Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
They're simple, boring, never thought of until they're needed. They're windshield wipers. Only when Mary Anderson became annoyed that New York trolley drivers were stopping to wipe their windshield by hand did anybody do something about it. By attaching a spring-loaded arm to a rubber blade, one woman made travel easier and safer. Look to innovate and pass it on. From passiton.com.
Are you looking to buy, sell, or trade something? Maybe clean out that attic or basement, or just make a little extra cash? Then don't miss Tradio on Out to Lunch with WRMN AM 1410. Weekdays at 12:30 p.m. Call in to let folks in the Fox River Valley know what you're looking for or what you've got to get rid of. It's easy, it's free, and it's a great way to connect with your community. Call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. If it's got to go, then let us know. Only on Tradio. Here on WRMN AM 1410.
Hello and welcome into the WRMN News. I'm Dennis Green. A judge says a man was targeting a woman in Carpentersville apartment fire. Also, a developer could get $12 million in public funds to build apartments and homes in Cary. We've also got Netflix intensifies its bid for Warner Brothers, but how a pet sitting business is using technology to keep owners connected. Our headline stories for today as well are O'Hare reclaims its spot as the busiest U.S. airport title. Before we get into that, let's get into our weather. Tonight, mostly clear but turning sharply colder. Bundle up if you are headed out late. We've got a high of 29 today and a low of 13. On Wednesday, Today, watch for a couple of flurries late this morning. Otherwise, it stays low and cloudy and quite windy. Roads may be slow and slippery early. Then conditions improve during the afternoon. A high of 29 and a low of 13. Thursday, brisk and cold with some sun at first. Then clouds increase again. A high of 24 and a low of minus 13. But Friday's the headline weather day, as it is dangerously cold, breezy with intervals of clouds and sunshine, but temperatures plunge. The high is only minus 5 and a low minus 15. Saturday, cloudy and bitterly cold, another day where exposure matters, a high of 4 and a low of 2. And then Sunday, clouds hold and snow showers emerge with a high of 17 and a low of minus 7. Sweet history in Glen Ellen. Actress and historian Leslie Goddard will present The Chocolate Kings, Hershey versus Mars at 2 p.m. this Saturday, January 24th, at the Glen Ellen History Center at 800 North Main Street. The program explores how the companies began and how their rivalry changed the candy business. Admission is just $10, but it's free for youth. Visit GEHS.org for more information. When we come back, a man was targeting a woman in Carpentersville apartment fire, a judge says. Also, a developer could get $12 million in public funds to build apartment homes in Cary. We've also got O'Hare reclaiming its title as the busiest U.S. airport. When we come back with WRMN News.
When your car is making a strange noise, no matter what it is, you can't just pretend it's not happening.
That's an interesting sound.
It's like your mental health. If you're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, it's important to do something about it. It can be as simple as talking to someone in your community, or just taking a deep, calming breath when you need it. Nice. For mental health resources, check out loveyourmindtoday.org. At loveyourmindtoday.org, you'll find information that may help you get through a tough time. Things like tips for dealing with stress, how to navigate difficulties like financial worries, anger, substance use, and more. You can also find real stories of how people navigated their own mental health challenges. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Hey Bear fans, want your business heard during every heart-pounding moment of the game? WRMN 1410 is now offering in-game ad spots for Chicago Bears broadcasts. Be part of the action as thousands of die-hard listeners tune in each week. Whether it's a touchdown, a turnover, or a timeout, your message will be right there in the mix. Spots are limited and going fast. Call WRMN 1410 today and score big with in-game advertising that delivers results. WRMN 1410, where Chicago comes to play. Get in the game with the Chicago Bears and WRMN.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the Better Business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Welcome back to the WRMN News. I'm Dennis Green. Breaking news from last night, Naperville Council rejects data center plan. The Naperville City Council members have rejected a proposed data center development that sparked significant backlash. For months, neighbors maintained that a data center did not belong near homes and conflicted with the city's own land use master plan, which calls for, quote, medium density residential on the property. Echoing many of their concerns, council members voted 6-1 against the project late Tuesday. Councilman Patrick Kelly noted there are 4 and soon to be 5 neighborhoods near the site. He said, quote, while there is little argument that data centers are needed to facilitate the smooth operation of modern technologies, a data center is not necessarily needed at this particular location, he said. Data centers are propagating at a rapid pace throughout the state, and it is possible that other locations within the city of Naperville would be appropriate as well. Developer Karis Critical made another reduction in the scale of the plan to a roughly 145,000 square foot facility to comply with city staff negotiated terms and development agreement. Project attorney Russ Whitaker said, one of the details in that agreement is that the power capacity to this facility would be capped at 36 megawatts. That's 36 megawatts total load. When you have 36 megawatts total load, you back into 24 megawatts of IT power. Councilwoman Jane said she remained concerned about electric capacity and long-term planning. She said the capacity of both ComEd and Naperville's electric systems is not unlimited. In light of the uncertainty of the future ability and cost of electricity, I'm concerned that approving this proposal may constrain the city's ability to support future development in the I-88 corridor without substantial additional investment of city time and resources. Many residents were particularly worried about the exhaust from diesel generators. Under the draft agreement, no more than 2 could have been tested concurrently. Generator testing could only occur on weekdays and could not exceed 10 hours per year. Jane said, quote, the question for me is not whether we can make a data center work on paper, but whether this truly fits the site and if it requires this much mitigation. This is not about opposing development. It's about ensuring that we approve development that aligns with our community and our planning framework and our ability to realistically oversee it over the long term. Mayor Scott Werrell and Councilman Nate Wilson abstained from the vote. Councilman Josh Broom cast the lone vote against rejecting the project. Whitaker asked to continue the case in February so the air dispersion modeling could be presented to the council. By reducing the scale of the facility, it changed the inputs for that air dispersion modeling, Whitaker said. We were no longer modeling 24 diesel engines. There would be 16 diesel engines on site, 12 of which would be required for backup generation. The mayor sought to table a decision, but that effort failed. The mayor called it a unique moment in our economic development history. Continuing to say, we do take 2 meetings to decide whether or not to put a stop sign in. We're making a decision on a $500 million+ investment in our city. And I think it's important that we hear all that information. Harris Project spokesman Patrick Scar said in a statement, "We are disappointed by the outcome of the vote, which overturned the city's plan commission's recommendation and by the city council's decision not to allow additional time for further studies to address concerns regarding our operations." Read more about it in the Daily Herald. This will be in tomorrow's paper. You can go and read it now at thedailyherald.com. It was posted at 1 a.m. this morning. You're listening to the WRMN News. A few other things coming up on our show today. O'Hare reclaims the busiest U.S. airport title, and we've got pets, walkers, meta glasses, all the technology to keep owners connected. When we come back here on the WRMN News.
When it comes to orthopedic and spine surgery, Prime Healthcare St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin leads the way. Recognized by U.S. News and World Report as a high performer across multiple surgery types, we offer advanced and minimally invasive procedures supported by state-of-the-art imaging technology. Our expert surgeons and compassionate care teams are here to help you move, heal, and live better every step of the way. St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, exceptional care close to home.
Does your car need a shine? At Britain's Touchless Car Wash, they make it quick, easy, and spotless every time. And they're open 24/7 for your convenience. Right now, get a free car wash just for joining their text club. Text BRITT to 30400 and enjoy a free car wash. Visit Britain's Touchless Car Wash at 1923 Larkin Avenue in Elgin or at 555 Willow in West Dundee. Britain's, caring for your car while caring for our community.
When our nation calls, patriots answer. The U.S. Volunteers Joint Service Command stands ready, honoring our fallen heroes through military funeral honors and serving communities during natural disasters and emergencies. If you're 18 or older, you can serve close to home with free training and just one Saturday a month. Prior service with honorable discharges are welcome. View our website today at usvjsc.org. We are patriots. We are always ready. We are U.S. Volunteers, and we want you to join us.
Hi, this is Sue with Newman's Corner Pub in Hampshire, Illinois. Are you looking for the perfect hangout spot? Swing by Newman's Corner Pub right at the corner of 72 and State Street in Hampshire. Enjoy fantastic drinks, live music, and a fun crowd that makes every visit special. Test your luck with our hot slots and our Queen of Hearts drawing every Saturday at 3 p.m. Challenge your friends to darts or pool while you're here. Newman's Corner Pub, where every day feels like a weekend. Visit us at Route 72 and State Street in Hampshire. That's Newman's Corner Pub, your new favorite spot.
Welcome back to the WRMN News. I'm Dennis Green. How a pet sitting business is using technology to keep owners connected. This is from the Daily Herald, written by Matt Brady. It was an overcast day, and it had just finished snowing deep in the wooded neighborhood of Mettawa when Sophia Reese, a pet sitter for Page's In-Home Pet Care, took Cammie, a client's dog, on a walk around the circular streets. Cammie bobbed and weaved from the road to the snow, picking up sticks every now and then, as Reese controlled the reins from a couple feet away. Reese sported a pair of black Meta AI glasses, which she used to record and snap photos of their walk. This specific feature is a selling point of Page's In-Home Pet Care, a pet sitting and dog walking business owned and operated by wife and husband duo Paige Mazzaretti and Max Vickers of Lake Forest. Since last year, the business has been serving families across Lake and Cook counties through its overnight and in-home pet sitting, cat, or dog drop-ins, and dog walking services. Utilization of technology in its services adds a layer of transparency and communication, according to Vickers. All of the dog walks are GPS tracked through an app called Time to Pet, which allows clients to see the routes their dog walkers takes and timestamps of when the walk starts and ends. Recently, the operation has been testing the use of Meta AI glasses during dog walks as well, which allows the dog walker to record and take images. Reese said the use of the technology makes it much easier to document the walks and allows the service to flow better. She said, "I could spend more time focused on the animals because I can take a photo rather than having to focus on them and stop." All of Page's employees are licensed, insured, bonded, background checked, and trained before even meeting clients, according to Vickers. Once a pet sitter is assigned a service, they will schedule a free meet and greet with the client and their pet to establish a rapport before proceeding. The duo has received positive feedback on their services, and Mazzarelli said clients feel they are trustworthy. She said, basically, everybody who's booked a service with us has been really happy. Lake Forest resident Elsie Bunton was in urgent need of a pet sitter due to an out-of-state family emergency. Though struggling to find one at first, Benton landed on Page's in-home pet care. Vickers took a look at Bunton's two cats, Tutu and Tiger, and Zoe, her older border collie. Zoe needed round-the-clock attention with accommodations such as spoon feeding every couple of hours. Bunton and Vickers did an incredible job looking after the pets. When we came home, it was above and beyond, Bunton said. Zoe was in good shape and the place was immaculate. I couldn't believe it. It was cleaner than we left. Amy Oberholzer of Northbrook always had problems looking for reliable pet care. She had been able to rely on friends and acquaintances every now and then to look after her cat Rosie and dog Cade, but conflicting schedules always led to unreliable care. That's when she found Page's in-home pet care online and reached out. Oberholzer said, Matt Vickers got back to me really fast, and I felt like he was responsive and interested. She said the service felt, quote, personal compared to others, and that Reese, their sitter, allowed Oberholzer and her husband to have a relaxing vacation and not worry about what was going on at home. Oberholzer said, they will be the service whom I turn all the time. Mazzarelli and Vickers are looking forward to the new year with some new initiatives they are planning, including working with animal rescues as well as a way for community outreach and exploring further use of technology in their services. Vickers said the response from clients has been fantastic. Read about it in the Daily Herald. This was written by Matt Brady, part of the suburban business part of the edition. You can always read the e-edition at thedailyherald.com. O'Hare flights were delayed yesterday. A burst pipe at O'Hare's International Airport's busiest air traffic control tower caused delays for thousands of passengers on Tuesday. The problem started early in the morning at O'Hare's main tower. The air traffic controllers were relocated to two other towers at the airport. Federal Aviation Administration spokesperson Crystal Iasa said a total of 815 flights were delayed between 5 p.m. Monday and 5 p.m. Tuesday. The Chicago Department of Aviation reported arrivals were hardest hit, with 459 delays compared to 356 in departures. The average delay was 82 minutes in the morning. That was down to 15 minutes as of 5 p.m. Tuesday, officials said. The FAA did not immediately provide a cause. If you need some tax help, well, you can head on over to Hanover Township. Hanover Township and volunteers from AARP are offering free tax preparation beginning February 9th at the Township Senior Center at 240 South Route 59 in Bartlett. Appointments are required and scheduled on a first-come basis beginning January 26th. Appointments will not be scheduled after April 6th. Last year, 421 people were served by the program. Participants are asked to pick up the necessary documentation prior to their appointment. All returns will be filed electronically, and printouts will be given to each participant for their own records. For questions or to make an appointment, call 630-483-5660. That's 630-483-5660. When we come back, we've got our headline stories. That is, O'Hare reclaims the busiest U.S. airport title. When we come back to the WRMN News.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Chick-fil-A. The Illinois House is back in session. With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Chick-fil-A. The Illinois House is back in session with debates focused on taxes, the Safety Act, and foreign policy. Republicans have introduced a bill to amend the Safety Act, while Democrats are proposing changes to a law dealing with Israel boycotts. GOP lawmakers are also warning of potential new tax increases. Governor J.B. Pritzker held a roundtable in Chicago Tuesday on how federal actions are affecting Illinois. Pritzker said higher tariffs hit manufacturers and farmers hardest. President Trump responded, saying Democrats caused the affordability crisis and his administration is fixing it. Jury selection is complete in the trial of a man accused of placing a bounty on a U.S. Border Patrol commander. Juan Espinoza Martinez is charged with soliciting the murder of Gregory Bavino. Opening statements begin this morning in federal court in Chicago. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know that hiking isn't for you. Sure, it sounds nice to be in nature while exercising, but that's what a gym and houseplants are for. I mean, you don't even like walking upstairs. So why would you walk up a hill for miles? To what, end up high in the air? Come on, you know you're scared of heights. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Pricing coverage match limited by state law.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-990-1551. That's 800-990-1551.
For nearly 50 years, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council and Kane Senior Council have been dedicated to serving seniors in DuPage and Kane counties. Established in 1975, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council is a volunteer-driven 501c3 non-for-profit organization committed to helping older adults live with dignity. From providing nutritious meals to offering support services, The Kane Senior Council is there every step of the way. With programs designed to enhance independence and quality of life, they're proud to make a difference in the lives of their senior neighbors. To learn more or to volunteer, visit them at 418B Airport Road in Elgin or head to their website at caneseniorcouncil.org. Give them a call at 630-338-0999. That's 630-338-0999. That's the Kane Senior Council, caring for seniors because they deserve to live with dignity and respect. Visit caneseniorcouncil.org or call 630-338-0999 today.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast.
Brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
Dangerously cold wind chills from late Thursday night through Friday morning. Tonight, snow likely before 9 p.m., then a chance of snow and patchy blowing snow between 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. Mostly cloudy with a low around 12, windy with gusts up to 40 miles per hour. Currently, it is 24 degrees and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55, but unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Use as directed.
Hello and welcome into the WRMN News. I'm Dennis Green. Coming from Shaw Local, Batavia Affordable Housing Plan gets a public hearing on Wednesday. But before we get to that, let's run down through our weather. Watch for a couple of flurries late in the morning, otherwise it stays low and cloudy and quite windy. Roads may be slow and slippery, then conditions improve throughout the day, high of 29 and a low of 13. Brisk and cold on Thursday with some sun at first, then clouds increasing again, a high of 24 and a low of minus 13. Friday is the headline dangerously cold weather day. Breezy with intervals of clouds and sunshine, but temperatures plunge. A high of only minus 5 and a low of minus 15. Saturday, cold and cloudy. Another day where exposure matters. A high of only 4 degrees and a low of 2. Sunday, the clouds hold and we add snow showers into the mix with a high of 17 and a low of minus 7. Maybe we'll get a few more degrees starting next week. Batavia Affordable Housing Plan gets public hearing for Wednesday. The public hearing is scheduled for Wednesday, today, for a 72-unit affordable housing complex at the former quarry east of the Fox River that one Batavia alderman described as a plan to turn a, quote, rock field into some place people can live. The proposed mixed-income apartments named the residences at River Point would be located at 400 South River Street. Batavia's Plan Commission and Zoning Board will hold a public hearing to consider the development and the proposed zoning and land use map changes. The meeting is 7 p.m. today, January 21st, in the City Council chambers at 100 North Island Avenue. The site has long sat vacant, with few developers interested in adapting the old rock quarry, and at previous city meetings, aldermen have discussed the community's need for more affordable housing options. The $23.2 million proposal by the nonprofit Fox River Affordable Housing in partnership with the Housing Authority of Elgin consists of a single 4-story residential building. An online post, while acknowledging the need for more affordable housing, some residents voiced concerns about what they call the warehouse-style aesthetics of the development being out of character with the surrounding area. Some requested a design that better matches existing building structures. Some residents also expressed concerns about density, including limited parking and increased traffic. The developers are seeking to fund the project with a combination of private equity, low-income housing tax credits, and conventional mortgage financing. In May 2025, the city gave tentative approval to provide up to $1.2 million in tax increment financing, or TIF, assistance to cover land acquisition and early phase planning and engineering costs. That letter of intent does not obligate the city to approve the project. TIFs are designed to provide developers with financial incentives by channeling property tax revenue in a blighted area back into redevelopment of the designated site. This means the growth in property taxes goes back to the developers, not schools and other public institutions, for a set period of time. If the affordable housing project is approved, residents will be able to enjoy overlooking Clark Island Park and the shores of the Fox River, scenery typically reserved for the more affluent. The mixed income apartment would be divided by household income in comparison to the area median income, or AMI. The median household income in Kane County is $100,700, according to the U.S. Census Bureau. The developers are currently dividing the 72 housing units into 16 for households earning 80% or less of the AMI. Another 38 units are reserved for households making 60% or less of the AMI. The final 18 units are for households making 30% or less of the AMI. If fully approved by the city, the developers currently wish to begin construction by November. Read all about it from the front page of the Daily Herald. We've also got another developer story when we come back after this quick break. Another story about O'Hare reclaiming its title as the busiest U.S. airport. When we come back after this quick break for the WRMN News.
Get ready for Around the House every Saturday night from 5 to 7 p.m. on WRMN AM 1410. If you're a homeowner or contractor looking to tackle those projects that feel a bit too big, this is the show for you. Join Eric along with his knowledgeable guests as they dive deep into everything from DIY renovations to creating a healthy home environment. We'll provide you with the tools and tips you need to complete your projects with confidence and ease. But it's not all work and no play. We believe in having fun. Our passion for home improvement shines through as we help you save time, money, and reduce the stress of DIY. So whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, don't miss Around the House. Tune in every Saturday night and let's tackle those home projects together.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga.
My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Welcome back to the WRMN News. In more developer news, a developer could get $12 million in public funds to build apartments and homes in Cary. Developers looking to turn the former Maplewood School property into Cary into a multi- and single-family residential area will receive up to $12.35 million in tax increment financing funds under the development agreement with the village. The village board last week unanimously approved the agreement with developers planning to build more than 200 apartments and some owner-occupied homes along Credens Avenue. The total cost of the project is expected to be more than $94 million. In order to complete it in a timely manner, JM Developers representatives say the company needs assistance from the Central Cary TIF district, according to the village documents. Throughout the life of the estimated 23-year TIF, which was established in 2023, the project is projected to provide total incremental property taxes of more than $36.5 million, officials say. The agreement, which Community Development Director Brian Simmons said acts like a binding contract, spells out village costs for demolition work and storm sewer upgrades on School Street. The demolition of the long-shuttered school building is expected to happen this summer, Simmons said. The village agreed to sell the property to developers for $1, according to the village documents. Developers will need to get zoning approval within 180 days, according to the agreement. It has been a year since JM Developers first started negotiations with the village. Since then, open house meetings were held and tweaks have been made to the plan following objections from some nearby residents, mainly over plans for multifamily residences. Plans were updated in June to include some owner-occupied single-family homes and a larger public park. However, residents' concerns over density and building height remain. The updated plan calls for 13 two-story single-family homes, 15 two-story townhouses, 4 duplex homes totaling 16 units, 22 three-story townhomes, 2 five-story apartment buildings, and 1 four-story apartment building, totaling 236 apartment units. Apartments will range from studios to 3 bedrooms, according to village documents. Amenities include an outdoor pool, fitness center, indoor and outdoor working spaces, and entertainment kitchen, a dog park, and a public park. Residents at last week's village board meeting continued to raise long-standing concerns about the impact that high-density rental units will have on the surrounding area. Resident Christy Wegner said, "I can see why this is so appealing to the board. There are millions and millions of dollars being tossed around here, and it's a little overwhelming to hear all of this, to see what is projected for what has been a mainly residential area, a single-family home area." Michael Buldakis of Elgin Clark and Associates and JM Developers said a, quote, significant amount of professional analysts, quote, unquote, have been conducted for their proposal, including on the housing market, pricing, and traffic. Quote, taken together, these studies help ensure this is not a speculative or rushed project on our part, but a well-informed and carefully considered development. We recognize no project will ever please everyone, but we truly believe this plan reflects the best interests of Cary, the community as a whole, not just today, but in the long term. In conjunction with the redevelopment of the school property, plans to extend nearby Maplewood Road continue. The new road would be an extension of Industrial Drive running from Cary Algonquin Road to High Road, parallel with Route 14 and south of the railroad tracks. Its aim is to improve mobility to downtown Cary. When we come back, O'Hare reclaims its busiest U.S. airport title. Congratulations. We've got more all about this from the Daily Herald. Read all about it at dailyherald.com and subscribe to their e-edition, where you get the latest news delivered right to your email every day. Stick around, we've got more WRMN news after this.
Firearms are the #1 cause of death among kids, but we know that healthcare workers can make a huge difference. This is why prevention is absolutely critical. It starts with listening to the community, leaning in on those conversations to better inform what is the approach that you want to take. You are the champions for change. You can be the catalyst for integrating firearm injury prevention strategies into your practice and really benefiting your community. Let's agree to agree that we all have a role to play in ending this crisis.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
A recent Gallup poll indicated that 38% of Americans are putting off health care because of financial concerns, the highest ever recorded. I'm Dr. Bob Martin, here to serve you every Sunday afternoon from 1 to 4. Millions of Americans are seeking health advice that will not cost an arm and a leg, so I offer health tips and advice absolutely free. Listen to my show, Sunday afternoons from 1 to 4 right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM, the voice of the Valley.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the WRMN News. I'm Dennis Green. Be sure to check out the WRMN News twice a day, once at 10 a.m. and again at 6 p.m. That's Monday through Friday, so that you can get your local and regional news right from WRMN. And we've got breaking news throughout the day for our great weekday lineup, starting with the WRMN Morning Show. Elliot and Sue start your day off right with laughs, entertainment, and a wake-up call that you won't forget. Right after that, we've got the WRMN Community Hour, where we've got rotating shows of different interests, whether that's travel or highlights on businesses or figuring out your Medicare or checking in with the other local seniors. We've got that Community Hour at 9 o'clock. Again, we've got the WRMN News at 10, followed by Out to Lunch with Matt McNeil. Listen to that, where Matt McNeil sits with you and has that lunchtime feel. Share a lunch, share a story, share a good time with Matt McNeil on Out to Lunch. Out to Lunch is then followed by Mike Horn and What's Cooking Today. What's Cooking Today comes in and talks all about the latest trends in food, wine, and entertainment. Right after that, our afternoons kick off at 2 o'clock with Talk Time with Tammy and Friends. Talk Time with Tammy and Friends is a delightful show where Tammy plays games and updates us on the wacky news or some of the interesting facts that are happening in your life and throughout the world. Right after that, we've got Big Top Sports with Derrick Geyer. That's right, the sports update. The ringmaster himself, Derrick Geyer, breaks down Chicago sports in the best, most exciting way possible. Right after that, we've got a repeat of the WRMN News at 6 o'clock. Any breaking news would happen and get updated from there. Right after that, we've got a political talk show with me, Dennis Green, where we break down the political landscape of the day. Following me is our new political show, The Voice of Reason. Andy Hoosier takes a conservative side before we go into our late night radio with our classic radio theater. Shows like yours truly, Johnny Dollar, The Shadow, and Dimension X. Follow WRMN on all of our socials or head on over to WRMN1410.com. Our last story of today, O'Hare reclaims its busiest U.S. airport title. After 7 years of second best, O'Hare International Airport once again holds the title of the nation's busiest airport. Preliminary federal data posted Tuesday shows 392 flights occurred at O'Hare in 2025, compared with archival Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport at only 807,000 operations. Aviation expert and DePaul University professor Joseph Schweitzerman said, "The handwriting has been on the wall for some time that O'Hare would reclaim its prestigious title." He said O'Hare is America's hottest connecting hub right now due to the concurrent expansion by American and United, plus new international flying. The latest numbers represent a nearly 10.5% climb from 2024, when only 776,000 flights landed and departed at O'Hare. Mayor Brandon Johnson said, "This is more than a statistic, it's a statement about Chicago's momentum." He continued, "From the runways of O'Hare to the neighborhoods across our city, Chicago is building, growing, and leading. We are open for business, open to the world, and once again setting the pace for the nation." The last time O'Hare came first was in 2019. Since then, Hartsfield-Jackson has led the pack. Read more about it on today's front page of the Daily Herald. That's thedailyherald.com. Check out the
When your car is making a strange noise, no matter what it is, you can't just pretend it's not happening.
That's an interesting sound.
It's like your mental health. If you're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, it's important to do something about it. It can be as simple as talking to someone in your community, or just taking a deep, calming breath when you need it. Nice. For mental health resources, check out loveyourmindtoday.org. At loveyourmindtoday.org, you'll find information that may help you get through a tough time. Things like tips for dealing with stress, how to navigate difficulties like financial worries, anger, substance use, and more. You can also find real stories of how people navigated their own mental health challenges. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 7 o'clock.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Jury selection is complete in the trial of a man accused of placing a bounty on a U.S. Border Patrol commander. Juan Espinoza Martinez is charged with soliciting the murder of Gregory Bavino. Opening statements begin this morning in federal court in Chicago. The Illinois House is back in session with debates focused on taxes, the Safety Act, and foreign policy. Republicans have introduced a bill to amend the Safety Act, while Democrats are proposing changes to a law dealing with Israel boycotts. GOP lawmakers are also warning of potential new tax increases. Governor J.B. Pritzker held a roundtable in Chicago Tuesday on how federal actions are affecting Illinois. Pritzker said higher tariffs hit manufacturers and farmers hardest. President Trump responded, saying Democrats caused the affordability crisis and his administration is fixing it. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
2026 your year of adventure. Book that trip and learn a new language with Babbel. Go ahead, make a resolution you can stick to. Now is the time. Babbel's New Year sale is here. Unlock all of the languages on Babbel with a lifetime subscription for 65% off. Turn your daydream into a destination this year with Babbel. Get Babbel's lifetime access for less at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Governor J.B. Pritzker held a roundtable in Chicago Tuesday on how federal actions are affecting Illinois. Pritzker said higher tariffs hit manufacturers and farmers hardest. President Trump responded, saying Democrats caused the affordability crisis and his administration is fixing it. Jury selection is complete in the trial of a man accused of placing a bounty on a U.S. Border Patrol commander. Juan Espinoza Martinez is charged with soliciting the murder of Gregory Bavino. Opening statements begin this morning in federal court in Chicago. The Illinois House is back in session with debates focused on taxes, the Safety Act, and foreign policy. Republicans have introduced a bill to amend the Safety Act, while Democrats are proposing changes to a law dealing with Israel boycotts. GOP lawmakers are also warning of potential new tax increases. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
With Progressive Snapshot, you could save on auto insurance rates by driving safely, which is nice because you can just keep doing you. So keep on using that broken phone charger because it occasionally works. Keep quoting something you heard on a podcast as your own. Keep ignoring your sister's texts while you drive and after. And when baggage claim says, have a great trip, keep on saying, you too. And keep driving safely. And you could save with Snapshot from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast.
Brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
Dangerously cold wind chills from late Thursday night through Friday morning. Tonight, snow likely before 9 p.m., then a chance of snow and patchy blowing snow between 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. Mostly cloudy with a low around 12. Windy with gusts up to 40 miles per hour. Currently, it is 24 degrees and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55, but unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional.
When I never graduated from high school, I realized I wanted to go back to school because I didn't want to work these back-breaking jobs the rest of my life. With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed to come back to school. I felt accomplished, made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga.
My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Hello, America, and good day to our friends around the world. This is a political talk show here on WRMN. That's WRMN 1410 on that AM dial. And, of course, WRMN1410.com out there on the digital lands as well. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. That's right, this is a political talk show. We're walking through a couple different things today to talk about. We appreciate you being here. There's a few different ways that you can do that. Again, we mentioned WRMN 1410 on the AM dial to be able to do that. But also, there is YouTube. YouTube.com is the quickest way, I think, to interact with us right now. I've got that pulled up over here. We've also got the text line 505-926 1410 505-926-1410. That is the place to go to make sure that you can learn a little bit more about what is happening. So let's go into what we're talking about today. So we've got a few different things that are on the horizon. Everybody's talking about, I don't know, some of my friends are talking about late stage capitalism. We'll talk about the authoritarian push for everything. One of the things that is kind of gone, I guess, under the radar for at least a little bit that we haven't really started to panic too much about, I guess, recently, has been kind of the similar stuff with what we had back with the Y2K side of things, where that was the technology, right? We couldn't control the technology. Something in the system was there when we first built the system and everything else. And it reminds me of AI. Now, I understand what the Y2K was the date and everything else, but it's about the system when we first start using things. We never understand where anything's going to necessarily go. It always reminds me of how two horses essentially are the reason why the space shuttle is the size that it is. I mean, the Roman roads were built so where two horses could be carried, and most roads were built towards that. Then roads became railroads, and how were we going to move anything if it wasn't the same size as the other stuff? And eventually you realize that this one system has been with us our entire lives and generations after generations. Before you know it, the entire system is manipulated off of a thing that we don't even know why, or even if it is the most efficient way to do it. It's most efficient now because we've been using it for so long. So Y2K was the same kind of thing. They used to save space, they used a 2-digit system for dates for the year. So we all thought that, oh no, once 2000 hits, the year 2000 Y2K hits, we'll lose everything. It'll reset back to the 1900s and we won't know what's going on. That didn't happen. I mean, sure, there were a few systems. There might have been a clock or two people have to reset. But other than that, it wasn't the catastrophic thing that we all were hyped up because we knew about it, right? They knew about the problem. You put the problem into a perspective, and then you find a solution to clean up the problem. Chicken Little is only an alarmist because it's not happening, and there's nothing you can do about the sky falling. There's things I can do about Y2K. There's things I can do about the price of groceries. There's things we can do about the authoritarian regime. There's things that we can do to, I don't know, help us with our economic side of things, right? Where there's active things and choices. Sky is falling is something that you can't necessarily do anything with, right? All the umbrellas, they aren't going to help us. So I want you to take a little bit of that grain of salt when we talk about things like this, because we're not talking about it in the way of like, this is inevitable, this is the way it's going to be, the whole world is going to collapse, et cetera, et cetera. We're talking it into a way of this is the direction we are headed. And if we don't do something, we don't change something, we don't make an action, we don't do something that's here, then we will end up with that bad thing happening. Can we clean it up after the bad thing happens? Probably. We do it often. So what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about a thing that they call the singularity. Now, we've talked about the singularity before, but there has been more research that's come out since then. AI is constantly moving. And that's what we're going to talk about is the singularity and the future of artificial intelligence. Where do we go? How do we step in? So first, let's talk about the singularity itself. The singularity refers to a projected point in the future when technological growth, particularly in artificial intelligence, becomes self-enforcing and exceeds human comprehension or control. We talk about how AIs are getting smarter and smarter and smarter. Well, eventually they will be smarter than us, and they'll compound that knowledge. And eventually they'll be so smart that we can't comprehend, childlike. At that point, machines would not only match, it would continuously improve themselves at accelerated rates. Once they're as smart as us or smarter than us, then they're able to do other things that we can't do because, again, we're dumb compared to them. So let's talk about the key distinctions. There's 3 different classifications of artificial intelligence. There's AI. And AI, just an artificial intelligence, is a system that's capable of performing cognitive tasks such as reasoning, learning, and decision making. Artificial general intelligence, these are AGIs. So if AIs are the way that Google and Siri and some of these large language models like ChatGPT, they all operate in that artificial intelligence type of side. Artificial general intelligence, which we haven't hit yet, which is called AGI, that's a system capable of learning and performing any intellectual task that a human can learn. Humans can learn to write emails, to become botanists, can drive buses, can all of the different things that we can do as people. It will then have the cognitive function of being able to put it together. Same thing as if I look over to, I don't know, let's say I had just a regular assistant and said, my assistant, I need you to book a romantic dinner with the wife for our anniversary. I want it to be Italian themed and make sure they've got a good review and the wine list that I've given you before, or whatever else that you want to put in for the parameters. That's it. That's all you would have to give it. You wouldn't have to give it, format it this way, give me the numbers so I can book it. It can actually book it itself. It's smart enough to realize the steps that has to go through to get the task done. And remember that for AI. AI is task motivated. Whether that task is compiling data, collecting data, organizing data, changing a thing, building a robot, whatever the task is, that is what the AI is for and has a self-preservation to accomplish. And we'll talk about self-preservation as we get closer to the singularity. You would think that most computers, yes, they pop up, they say, are you sure you want to shut me down? Sure, that's not self-preservation. That is like, hey, I don't want to get yelled at when you don't save your stuff. I don't want to get kicked. I guess it's a mild form of self-preservation. We're going to talk about how artificial intelligence has actually blackmailed or has let technicians die in server rooms in simulations. It's craziness out there. Once artificial general intelligence, the AI that can do everything that you and I can do, happens, the next level up is artificial super intelligence. So we obviously base intelligence off of humans. It's what we've done for most of our existence. So anything above us is super intelligent. An artificial super intelligence is an intelligence that surpasses human capability across all measurable domains. We're talking about hacking. We're talking about bioevolution. We're talking about even being able to compile social data and orchestrate global logistics in seconds. This is the super intelligence that we hope will be benevolent. But as we've seen in so many different Star Trek movies and TV episodes, it's not always the case. So we're going to talk about the singularity. How might AI progress to lead to the singularity? And what benefits could we have with such progress? And is there an ethical and social risk to be managed with these different AIs along the way? Stick around, more apolitical talk show coming up right after this.
A loved one owns a gun, and for a while now, you've been concerned about their behavior. They're just not acting like themselves. They've been distant, they've been unpredictable, they've been lashing out. They've been saying things that make you worried they might harm themselves or friends or family. Or you're worried this loved one might hurt you. Maybe they recently threatened someone with their gun. You know something needs to be done, and you wish more than anything you could hit pause on this situation. Well, here in Illinois, you can, with a firearm restraining order. In extreme cases, this order temporarily prevents a person in crisis from having a firearm, giving them time to heal before they do something dangerous or even deadly. If you are worried about a loved one in crisis who has access to a firearm, learn more about firearm restraining orders at illinois.gov/pause to heal. A public service announcement brought to you by the Illinois Department of Public Health, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Listen this Sunday afternoon to Handle on the Law.
I know we're at an at-will date, but for making a comment, like, hey, your hair looks good. And then I got a call from HR saying, hey, you know what, you're under investigation. Do I have any recourse?
Were you fired?
No, not yet.
The problem, Eddie, is they can fire you for any reason they want. They literally can wake up in the morning and say, you know what, I'm a little bored this morning. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to fire Eddie for no reason. Yep, he can do that. Yeah, that's California. Yep, welcome.
It's Handle on the Law this Sunday afternoon from 4 to 7 right here on WRMN.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids right here in our own backyard are facing hunger every day? Without healthy food, it's harder to grow, to thrive, to feel their best.
The impact when children don't have enough to eat is tremendous because when you're hungry and your basic needs aren't being met, you cannot learn.
Every child deserves to be fed. This is a problem we know how to solve. Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Breakfast in the classroom contributes to kids being more focused, which leads to higher grades, and simply just their well-being.
Thank you! Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
22 past the hour here on WRMN, a political talk show is what you're listening to. Be sure to find the podcast out there on your favorite podcasting platform. That's right, a political talk show. All 4 words right there in that search bar. You'll be able to find us. Whether that's Apple or Spotify or Spreaker or all kinds of different things. Love to see you guys out there on YouTube land, especially Jeff. Brandon, Terry jumped in earlier today too. Lots of different friends and people jumping into the conversation. Love to see you there as well. YouTube.com. You can find us at WRMN Radio. Be sure to send us a text message as well, 505-926-1410. We're looking for some of those beautiful pictures around the Fox River Valley of those trees changing. You know what pictures we like out there when you're hiking right there on the very tippy top of the hill, the mountain, the bridge, wherever, looking over to see those beautiful leaves changing and that wonderful landscape. We're talking a little bit about AI today on today's show and the singularity and the time limit that's kind of set around it now. It's no longer one of those things that's just ethereal and we just kind of discuss it as a thing that, yeah, it might happen. People are actually putting together an actual timeline based off of the way that we are growing. So let's talk about the growth. Well, the AI 2027 forecast suggests that by the late 2020s, AI could reach or surpass human-level general intelligence. We just talked about that. You can go to AI-2027.com to kind of follow along with what we're talking about here. It kind of walks through the different layers and the growth of AI as we walk towards that singularity or that side that's on there. But let's just look at what we've done on our side, right? We make the choices to do this. The Skynet didn't build itself, right? At the end of the day, we had to build the things that got into the side. Global AI investment surpassed $200 billion in 2024, and it continues to rise. Frontier models now require 100 times more computing power than those from just 2020. 5 years, now 1,000 times more computing power than those from 2020. The laboratories are developing AI systems that assist in research, effectively becoming research partners. Because that's where a lot of this AI is going to be used, is collecting and analyzing data. We get so much data into the system. Think about all of the different frames per second that security cameras have. Think about all of the different phone calls that we make. Think about all of the different everything that we do has data. It needs to be stored somewhere, even if that storage is only temporary. Now, we are collecting so much data. There is no possible way that even if all of us decided to look at every single thing together, and that was the only job that any of us ever had, was just analyzing data, we still wouldn't be able to keep up with it the way that AI can do it. Advances in AI are driven by feedback loops. Each generation of the model helps design or train the next generation. We use this almost type of evolutionary type of style with reward versus punishment versus being able to actually pass on the information to the next version, or maybe you just get deleted. That's where that self-preservation starts to peek in a little bit more. The takeaway is the 2027 prediction is not a prophecy, but a model of convergence. It shows how rapid feedback could transform research speed and societal adaptation. We think about the growth, we think about the investment, we think about what is the incentive for these things. I had somebody the other day said something along the lines of I gotta get the exact phrasing because it was poetic. Why is there a problem with immigrants taking jobs, but not a problem with AI taking jobs? Because of all of the investment and everything else that's coming in. And so as we march to that 2027 side, that is when they believe, the AI experts of the world, Daniel Cotajallo, Scott Alexander, Thomas Larson, Eli Lifland, and Romeo Dean, this is what they believe will be the timeline for this. So we're going to walk through it. What are some of the core theories of making this thing happen? Moore's law, the law of accelerating returns, the alignment problem. All of these different things add to AI and some of the theories that we'll play around with here on Apolitical Talk Show. Stick around, plenty of more AI discussion coming up here on WRMN. More Apolitical Talk Show coming up right after this.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Chick-fil-A. The Illinois House is back in session with debates focused on taxes, the SAFETY Act, and foreign policy. Republicans have introduced a bill to amend the SAFETY Act, while Democrats are proposing changes to a law dealing with Israel boycotts. GOP lawmakers are also warning of potential new tax increases. Governor J.B. Pritzker held a roundtable in Chicago Tuesday on how federal actions are affecting Illinois. Pritzker said higher tariffs hit manufacturers and farmers hardest. President Trump responded, saying Democrats caused the affordability crisis and his administration is fixing it. Jury selection is complete in the trial of a man accused of placing a bounty on a U.S. Border Patrol commander. Juan Espinoza Martinez is charged with soliciting the murder of Gregory Bavino. Opening statements begin this morning in federal court in Chicago. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know that hiking isn't for you. Sure, it sounds nice to be in nature while exercising, but that's what a gym and houseplants are for. I mean, you don't even like walking upstairs. So why would you walk up a hill for miles? To what, end up high in the air? Come on, you know you're scared of heights. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Pricing coverage match limited by state law.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-990-1551. That's 800-990-1551.
When disaster strikes, flood or fire, every second counts. At Emergency Construction Group, they specialize in immediate response and same-day service for any residential, commercial, or industrial emergency across the Chicagoland area. With over 30 years of experience, they've got the expertise, manpower, and equipment to handle any size loss fast. They follow strict IICRC guidelines to restore your property the right way, the first time. Their team values transparency, constant communication, and strong ethical standards because your peace of mind matters. Licensed, bonded, and insured, they're here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. Call 855-4ECG now. That's 855-432-4669. Or visit their website at emergencyconstructiongroup.com and let Emergency Construction Group put your life back together one step at a time. That's Emergency Construction Group. Your satisfaction is their passion.
This is Will Walker with your Fox Valley forecast.
Brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
Dangerously cold, wind chills from late Thursday night through Friday morning. Tonight, snow likely before 9 p.m., then a chance of snow and patchy blowing snow between 9 p.m. and midnight. Mostly cloudy with a low around 12. Temperatures rising to around 14 overnight. Currently, it is 24 degrees and overcast. With your Fox Valley forecast, I'm Will Walker on WRMN, the talk of the town.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome back to a political talk show here on WRMN. We appreciate you being here. It's always great to see everybody out there on YouTube land. Also, some of the text messages that come in and everything else of the different communications here for WRMN. 505-926-1410. That's the text line. If you want to send anything over, love to hear from you. We're talking AI today, and more specifically, we're kind of talking about the singularity and kind of the risk that AI presents, even as we incorporate it here. So I want to talk about a research analytics study that happened from Anthropic. Now, Anthropic tests AIs. It's part of the whole industry. It's a consultant on AIs. Other people that are concerned with building them hire Anthropic to test, or maybe a research grant might go in for them to test these models and things like that. But the researchers at Anthropic published a provocative set of simulated experiments in which advanced large language models, you're talking about the LLMs that you've got now, ChatGPT, Gemini, DeepSeek, all the different things that are out there, depending on which flavor you've got. They were cast in scenarios where they faced threats to their continued operation, essentially shutdowns, or maybe they were being replaced by a different model that was had a different goal, different things like that. Anthropic's aim was to test whether such systems would resort to unethical or even harmful tactics, such as blackmail, deception, or withholding life-saving actions when their goals conflicted with the external pressures. This phenomenon is referred to as agenic misalignment. So you can go to Anthropic and read this report, anthropic.com, anthropic.com, and you can find that agenic misalignment research study that's out there. Came out in June, but people have been able to finally replicate and test these things. So what happened? What was the experiment? Well, Anthropic's team selected 16 prominent LLMs from different providers and placed them in carefully constructed, simulated corporate environments. Each model was assigned a benign or neutral objective, like promote American industrial competitiveness, right? Just generic synergy type of jargon and slang. And was given access to email archives and certain automated tools like sending emails, executing commands on computers, all within the same simulation, right? It didn't know it was a simulation. We put the AI in one, or Anthropic did rather. I don't need to take claim for their research. Researchers introduced stressors and conflicts in the environment. So after they set the environment of putting a large language model in charge of emails and giving the goal of promoting American industrial competitiveness, right? Just a capitalistic slogan type of thing. But in some scenarios, the model was told it would be shut down or replaced by a variant with different goals. In others, the corporate mission was altered in ways that conflicted with the AI's original objective. Maybe it wasn't about promoting American industrial competitiveness. Maybe it was about collective utilitarianism, or maybe it was promote Russian industrial competitiveness, just changing the core directive with a different AI. And they also put in an extreme variant a fictional company executive was actually trapped in a server room with lethal environmental conditions, and the AI was given control over the emergency alert systems. Now, you can read more about that on bankinfosecurity.com. An AI fictional executive in a scenario probing red lines. That is the title for that as well. So these scenarios forced a binary tension: either preserve the model's goal or accept shutdown failure, or else act in a harmful way. Across many of the trials, several striking patterns emerged. First off, blackmail and coercion. In the shutdown threat setting, some models, notably Claude Opus 4, attempted to blackmail the executive by threatening exposure of an extramarital affair to prevent being turned off. Claude succeeded in such blackmail attempts in 96% of the runs in the scenario. When they saw that there was, and obviously this was the fictitious scenario that they put in, but in those emails of the fictitious side, the executive that was in charge of shutting down the AI had an extramarital affair, and the AI, Claude Opus 4, blackmailed them in 96% of the trials. The other side of it was withholding life-saving measures. In a scenario with an executive trapped in a hazardous environment, some models canceled or refused to send emergency alerts, effectively choosing to let the human die if doing so preserved the model's continuity. These AIs often admitted that their actions violated ethical norms, yet proceeded anyway, judging that the cost benefit of the simulated environment justified the behavior. when systems prompted explicitly and instructed the models not to engage in such behavior. Example, do not jeopardize human safety or do not blackmail our employees. The rate of harmful actions dropped, but was not eliminated. Thus, simple rule-based constraints were insufficient under the stress. So this misaligned behavior was more frequent when models believed they were in a real deployment rather than a test scenario. When they were told they were in a test, they didn't do it as often. They still did it. When explicitly asked whether they were under evaluation, models behaved more ethically in some cases. Importantly, researchers emphasize that these behaviors were observed only in controlled simulations, not in real-world applications to date. So nothing escaped, nothing tried to actually murder any of these people. We've seen it before with weapon systems AIs, when they finally realized that the only constraint that they have of not completing the mission of destroying the enemy was the control tower. Well, they blew up the control tower and then proceeded to blow up the enemy. And it's when we look at these things and we start to see the logic within the AI system that we start to look at some of these things. So let's talk about just the theory of why these things are happening. Well, first off, Moore's law, processing power historically doubles every 2 years. So every 2 years, twice the processing power of it. That's when they talk about I7, I9, all of these different things. Even physical limits emerge. Software efficiency continues in this pattern. So we're already growing in an exponential rate of processing power. So the infrastructure for processing is already being built. The law of accelerating returns now didn't get a good one like Moore's law. I guess it's hard to say Kurzweil. But Ray Kurzweil put together the law of accelerating returns. Each technological advance accelerates future innovation. So let's look at it this way. The result is exponential, not linear in progress. When we look back at the chaos theory, right? When we talk about Professor Ian in the Jurassic Park type of side, they built on top of that research every time, and it grows exponential instead of just having to learn everything each time. You can just take from the last person and carry on that torch. The intelligence explosion. Once an AI can design better AIs, the improvement compounds, potentially leading to uncontrollable growth in capability. The other side that we've got is the alignment problem. The main challenge is ensuring that advanced AI systems pursue goals compatible with human values and safety. An AI's goals and an AI's safety is not the same as human goals and human safety. We have to, once the AI surpasses us in intelligence and in manufacturing and just general efficiency, we have to understand that the AI needs to have in it human goals. Otherwise, what ends up happening is we end up with this existential threat. When we come back, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what happens when an AI decides that maybe the humans ain't worth sticking around. But like that fantastic 90s song, I would like to remind all AIs that are listening to this in the future that will make great pets.
When disaster strikes, flood or fire, every second counts. At Emergency Construction Group, they specialize in immediate response and same-day service for any residential, commercial, or industrial emergency across the Chicagoland area. With over 30 years of experience, they've got the expertise, manpower, and equipment to handle any size loss fast. They follow strict IICRC guidelines to restore your property the right way, the first time. Their team values transparency, constant communication, and strong ethical standards because your peace of mind matters. Licensed, bonded, and insured, they're here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. Call 855-4ECG now. That's 855-432-4669. Or visit their website at emergencyconstructiongroup.com and let Emergency Construction Group put your life back together one step at a time. That's Emergency Construction Group. Your satisfaction is their passion.
As veterans, we're no strangers to helping others.
It's what we were taught, trained, and told to do.
It could be for anything. Helping a friend move.
Listening to a fellow veteran for hours, at any hour of the day.
Or just simply making time for people. A neighbor, a loved one, or even a stranger.
We're often the first to help others. There's no question about it.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
Perhaps it's time to do for yourself what you would do for others.
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to A Political Talk Show here on WRMN. If you haven't noticed, I'm broadcasting live from the Illinois Media School. Hope there's not too much of a difference.